Believe what you want.
Compile all the
Believe what I will, dude. It's not personal. It's my job. Huh?
I said I'm not finished my sentence. May I please finish?
If you're going to tell me the truth, sure. If you're going to continue to lie to me, then I'm not interested. Which is it?
I'm not going to lie to you.
Tell me what happened.
Explain something to you.
Tell me the honest to Christ truth. What happened?
I told you what happened.
I want to know how them people ended up getting shot. You're caught.
Oh, I do too.
You are caught, kid.
I'm not caught.
Look at you!
On December 24, 2014, along I-85 in South Carolina, Villarreal was picked up by Mary Marie Fowler and James Jerry Dobson while hitchhiking. He asked them to pull over for a bathroom break, then shot both victims in the back of the head with a handgun fitted with a homemade silencer. Fowler was killed. Dobson survived severe injuries but was left permanently disabled. Villarreal carjacked their vehicle and continued toward Georgia, where he planned a violent, wet extraction to kidnap his 17-year-old online girlfriend from her family. Before we even hear John Asher Farrell Villarreal speak a single word in that interrogation room, I want you to notice something. He's in handcuffs. 2 people have been shot. And his opening move is to correct the detective's grammar. I said I'm not finished my sentence. May I please finish? That tells you almost everything you need to know about this young man's psychology. So let's break it down. What we're looking at here is a 22-year-old homeschooled male with a remarkably coherent, but deeply compartmentalized, internal world. He has no prior arrests, he's working a part-time job assembling bicycles, he lives with his grandparents. On paper he is completely unremarkable. But underneath that surface, several significant psychological patterns are already present before this crime ever happens. Farrell presents what psychologists call a covert narcissistic structure. He doesn't present as arrogant or loud. He's polite, measured, almost deferential. But listen carefully to how he describes himself throughout this interview. He has studied constitutional law. He understands ballistics inside and out. He knows psychology. He references Robert Ludlum. He corrects the detective on the meaning of coercion. This is a man who has built an elaborate internal identity as a superior thinker trapped in an ordinary life. The militia membership, the suppressor construction, the safe house. These aren't random behaviors. They are identity props. They make him feel like someone who matters. Farrell is almost entirely socially isolated. No cell phone in service. No close peer relationships outside a handful of online contacts. A cyber girlfriend he has never met in person, who he describes as his fiancée. His primary emotional relationships are with his grandmother, his mother, and an online minor. When real-world connection is unavailable, certain personality types compensate by building elaborate internal fantasy frameworks. For Farrell, that framework was a paramilitary identity. He wasn't just assembling bikes at Walmart. In his mind, he was a Minuteman, a constitutional defender, a tactician. The danger of this pattern is that the fantasy eventually needs external validation. It needs to be real. And that's when things escalate. Notice how he talks about right and wrong. He has an almost fanatical commitment to honesty. I don't lie, it doesn't serve me. He despises drug dealers, child abusers, corrupt police. He's deeply religious. He has an extremely rigid moral code. Psychologists recognize this as a warning sign, not a protective one when the code is self-authored. When you build your own moral framework that places you as the arbiter of justice, you have effectively given yourself permission to act outside the law, while believing you are morally superior to those who do. He hadn't broken his own rules yet, but the scaffolding for it was already there.
Questions answered. But like I was telling you, since you're sitting here in handcuffs, we're talking to you and all that kind of stuff, I have to read you your rights.
Right.
Okay. What this is an advisory rights form. This is pretty much a form that we go through. That's why I read it too.
I'm very well aware.
Okay. That's why I read it
pretty well.
That's why I read it the same way to everybody, the same way every time.
Right.
And all that good stuff. Okay. And what your name is John?
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
That's John Asher Farrell, Farrell. Villarreal is my second last name. Villarreal. LLARREAL.
Okay. That is the 30th. Well, how far did you go to school?
I'm sorry, sir.
How far did you go to school?
High school diploma.
High school?
Honors.
Where at?
Homeschooled.
Homeschool?
Yes, sir.
Any college or anything?
Not currently. Been working, trying to save for it.
Yeah, it is expensive.
That it is.
Well, these first two lines for me right there, could you read them out loud for me?
You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used against you in a court of law.
Read this one again.
Anything you say may be used against you in court.
Okay. All right, the rest of it is you have the right to speak to a lawyer for advice before you ask any questions and have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any question if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time you speak with a lawyer.
Of course, Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, you understand that?
Yes, very well.
All right. If you understand your rights, sign that form right there.
Yes, sir.
Down here at the bottom it says, I read the statement of my rights. I understand what my rights are. I want to make a statement and answer questions. I am not law lawyer at this time. I understand know what I'm doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion has been used against me. I know I'm the word coercion because not a lot of people know what it means.
Yes, it means to be persuaded, forced, etc.
Okay. Well, Lord, you understand what it means.
Very well.
Do you agree with that? Sign there at the bottom.
I'll have a public defender later on. I'm not concerned about it. I know the law well enough.
All I'm doing is witnessing it.
Naturally.
You will read.
Well, what's going on? Why are we?
I'd like to know. I'd like to know,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, they call you Jack, is that right?
Yeah, that's my nickname. So.
Well, tell me about Jack. What do you do? You work? You said you work somewhere?
Yeah. I've worked a few places. Currently, I'm at Walmart building bicycles.
You build bicycles?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Usually 3 to 4 days a week.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Walmart, good place to work for?
Pay's not necessarily good, but the managers are decent.
Yeah.
The work's stuff I enjoy doing, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
And it's a way to save money for college. So,
What are you planning on doing in college?
I don't know yet.
You like saving for like a 4-year degree, 2-year degree?
I haven't figured that out. Don't honestly know what I want to do with that yet. I mean, I enjoy working on bikes. I may start my own shop one day.
You have to tinker with stuff.
Some things, not anything too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bikes are easy enough to fix. Been doing it since I was 8 years old. So,
Well, you hope to get a full-time job with Walmart? Or?
that'd be the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, the company, you can work your way up in it, so sure.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of people who went very far in Walmart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could make a good career.
Well, you're wearing a Marine shirt.
I used to want to be a Marine. I didn't qualify. So, and I still wear the shirt because I have friends who are both Army and Marines.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you qualify?
I just wasn't fit enough.
Was it a medical thing that kept you out?
No. I just wasn't physically fit enough. I couldn't pass the tests.
Yeah. So,
Did you ever think about any of the other branches?
Not really.
Just Marines?
No.
The uniform, wasn't it?
more or less. They look good. Kids know that.
Where do you live at? I mean, you live in Greenwood. And that's the address on your license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that your house or
It
family?
belongs to my grandma and my grandfather and my mom.
Okay.
That's what I live with.
They all live there with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you rent? Do you live in like a,
No,
just have one room to
no,
yourself?
I have a room to myself and a bathroom. Basically, as long as I keep my areas clean and I help pay for food and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they ask of me.
Okay. That's not too bad.
No, it's a good arrangement.
What's your phone number? Do you have a phone?
Landline is 8. Don't have a cell phone currently. Not one in service.
Yeah. Maybe not winter service.
Yeah, I haven't been able to pay my bill for a while.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually know my number because I've never called myself.
Yeah. That's a common problem.
Yeah, you're not the first one, Joe.
Yeah.
That it is.
If I didn't have to give mine out so much, I probably wouldn't have mine. What's your mom, your mama, your grandma, which one would be your, like, next of kin?
Probably my mother,
What's her name?
Maria, Catherine, same last names as mine.
Verrillo or Farrell?
Both. Farrell, Villarreal.
What is
Farrell was her maiden name, and Villarreal was my dad's name, so when they got married, they took on both names.
Where's Villarreal? How you say it? Where's that from?
Villarreal, well, that's the American pronunciation. It's actually Villarreal. It's from Spain.
Catholic?
I don't know.
No.
There's no idea.
Do you have a relationship with your dad?
I haven't seen him in years. I don't even know if he's alive or not.
How was it with mom?
Oh, mom's great. She's always taking good care of me.
What's her number, do you know?
Oh, she has the same landline.
You have a cell phone?
She does, but I don't know the number.
Okay.
Because I don't tend to use that.
Yeah.
She's usually home when I need to talk to
Does
her.
she work anywhere?
Not currently. She was going to Bob Jones University studying counseling, but I think she's still doing that actually. She's on break, so I'm not sure.
Okay. So, what are you into on, like, hobbies and stuff like that?
I like fixing things. Engines. I've got a moped. Actually, I've had a few mopeds, I should say, that I have fixed up, tuned up, and ultimately worn out.
Does it still run?
Needs a new carburetor.
So how do you get to work it back?
My grandma gives me a ride most of the time. She and my grandpa are both retired, so. And my grandpa just has a part-time job right now working at Bilo, pushing carts and stuff. Keeps him busy and healthy.
Yeah. He's got a busy job, that's what he's got.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He was a computer programmer for GE.
Ah,
Helped build some of the old systems. It was interesting.
Well, what Walmart do you work at?
White Horse Road. The one where you get a little nervous feeling every time you walk in the sales floor because you never know who's walking around as far as customers.
why do you say that?
Oh,
This is Walmart?
the things that have happened at that Walmart with Ford incidents and whatnot, there were fights and stuff. Customers starting things with each other and whatnot. It makes you uneasy, but you get used to it after a while.
That's Walmart. I'm sure you've probably seen the pages of the people at Walmart.
It's people. People, unfortunately, don't get along. I wish they would, but they don't.
That's true. There's a lot of different types.
Yeah. And some people don't learn to control their tempers and whatnot. I mean, they don't learn how to sit like we are right now talking. They get in each other's faces. It's not worth it.
You get me in the face.
It's never worth it. Nothing's worth fighting over.
Usually has a bad outcome anyway.
Yeah. Hey, usually I'm getting arrested.
Well, what about this little group, the conservative group you participate in on Facebook?
We're a Minuteman group, very peaceful. basically we keep up to date with what's going on as far as natural disasters, international relations,
Yeah.
If we were ever invaded or anything like that, we're ready to be able to help out and defend. We try to be able to cooperate with the local sheriffs and stuff to secure things. Sometimes people get the wrong idea because there are, of course, extremist militias. We're not one of those.
Okay.
We're very moderate.
Kind of like a prepper, I guess.
Almost. I mean, not to that extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, we always try to stay within the law. Anybody who carries weapons has a permit. Anybody who owns weapons, make sure that they're legal, etc.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important to us.
How'd you cut your finger?
I don't actually remember. Probably on a bike chain, working at Walmart. It's a little scrape.
Do you have a weapons permit?
I don't.
No.
I don't carry weapons. The only thing that I ever carry is pepper spray. I've never had to use it.
And that's from working at Walmart?
No, that's actually just from people in general being belligerent and people getting drunk and whatnot. And better safe than sorry, but I don't carry a weapon because I don't see a need for one.
You don't carry one at all?
No.
All
I don't
right.
know for it.
What's
No,
the knife?
pocket knife. I mean, a pocket knife's a tool.
Okay.
To me, that's not a weapon.
Okay. Well, some people see them different things.
I suppose.
So I know the deputy said he got a knife out of your pocket. So.
Yeah, I have a pocket knife on me. That's just a tool.
Okay. Well, knife, like other things, can be used for many different things.
Naturally.
So.
It all depends on the human's intent.
How many people's in your group? I mean,
Honestly, I'm not sure. We've got, that I know of, just a handful, but there may be more people that I haven't met. I mean, I'm not in charge of coordinating anything. Generally, I just go to meetings and keep up with the news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, when do y'all discuss it in meeting? I mean, y'all have like assigned duties? If
Not really.
Mexico invaded the United States today and made it all the way to Greenville County,
If Mexico,
what would you do to,
what
what would your group do?
the first thing we'd do is go to the local sheriff's office and ask to be deputized to defend the local community. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
Well, how are you going to defend if you don't have any guns?
No, I didn't say I don't have guns. I said I don't carry them. They stay at home. They're for home defense.
What kind of guns do you have at home?
I have a bolt-action 30-06 and a pump-action 22. That's it. Hunting rifles. I don't have a need for anything else.
Do you think the sheriff of Greenville County will deputize you?
I don't know.
Have y'all ever sat down with them and asked?
We've been planning to. Haven't gotten to it yet. Planning, timing, it's always an issue as far as meetings and whatnot. One of these days we need to get to that, actually. Because we need to keep everything legitimate, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always important.
Yeah.
What's the name? Name of the group?
We call ourselves Palmetto Minutemen. Because the idea was, like the original Minutemen, to be ready in a minute to pick up and to help out. I mean, not just combat either. If there was a disease outbreak or natural disaster, we try to be ready for things like that too. I mean, you never know when something's going to happen. There could be a hailstorm that causes a lot of damage. People need things rebuilt.
Yeah. Where do y'all have meetings at?
Different places, just wherever we can figure it out. I mean, it depends on people's work schedule and stuff like that.
Do y'all put yourself through training? First aid training? Y'all have like, hey, we're going to go to the gun club on this day and everybody's going to shoot? Or
Some of us have first aid training, so I don't personally have any first aid training as far as certification. I mean, I've been trained but never certified in CPR and stuff like that. So I could administer, but I don't have a certification. I mean, as far as shooting, most of us either go hunting or shooting by ourselves. I mean, I haven't been hunting in years because I haven't had a license in years. I haven't been able to afford it. So every now and then I'll go down to the range and pickings, but that's once every few months.
the money's pretty tight.
Money's always tight in today's economy. That's just the way it goes. make do with what you have.
Yeah. These guns that you have at home, where do you get them at? Do you buy them, or will they give to you?
No, the two that I have, I bought at local shops and stuff like that. I mean,
Like a local shop in particular, or just
no,
where do you
I
go?
shop around. I don't buy very often, but I'll look around from time to time just to see what's out there. I don't even remember where I bought them in particular, but basically the shops between TR and Greenville, because I live in that area.
Yeah.
Just whatever I can afford at the time, basically.
Did you work anywhere before Walmart?
Yeah, I've worked for a few places. My first job was actually at Walmart and Travelers Rest as a cashier. Worked there twice, seasonal. I've worked at McDonald's in Travelers
It's always
Rest.
been retail?
Not exactly.
You know, work like electrical work or...
I've done machining.
Okay.
Well, not machining, but assembly down at J-Tech Automotive in Piedmont. That was all right, except for all the junk in the air that you breathe.
Can understand that.
But, you know, it paid well. That's what mattered. It was able to support me.
Well, what about Jeffrey, the guy you're going to see today? What kind of fellow is he? Is he good fella, or is he
he's
straight and narrow?
He's a real good straight and narrow kind of fella. He was an Eagle Scout.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, why were you visiting Jeffrey today?
What's that?
Why were you visiting Jeffrey today?
Just felt like it. Just felt like going over and talking to him. Because I don't get to see him very often as far as, you know, just to go and hang out with and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what time did you get there today?
I don't even recall at this point because I don't know what time it is.
Was it like early this morning? Was it around lunchtime? Or?
I got there fairly early this morning, and then I had gone out and got something to eat over at one of the little convenience stores, and then I went back over to his place. That's when I was parked by the road. The sheriff came along and wanted to know why I was parked there,
Yeah.
which maybe wasn't the best idea, but
Well, I mean, why were you parked on the road and not up at the house where you live?
because I didn't think about it.
I mean, you were going back to see him, right?
Yeah. I stopped for a while to rest, and he had headed out. About the same time I had headed out, he had headed out, so I wasn't sure he was back or yet not. So
He had headed out.
I'm not sure where he went, if it was his store or what, but he had gone out in his truck. And I had gone out to get something to eat, and I went to the library to look up some stuff and check up on Facebook and whatnot. And I came back.
What library did you go to?
Yeah, one down in, what the heck's it called? Anderson Library or whatever it's called, the big one.
The one on McDuffie Street here in
Yeah.
Andrews?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big library.
Did they let you access Facebook at the library?
Oh, yeah. You can access anything other than pornography.
I've never used the computer at the library.
But you went to his house early this morning, isn't that right? And
Yes, sir.
did you get out of the car?
Yeah, I went and talked to him for a while. Went in and spent some time talking with him and stuff. And
Did they
Just
give you
catching up.
anything?
no. The only thing that I had was a Dr. Pepper. The Diet Dr. Pepper that was sitting in the car afterward. The energy drink that was sitting in there I had bought when I went out to get something to eat.
Yeah. So they didn't give you nothing to eat, right?
No, I didn't need anything then.
How long did you stay?
I don't even remember. It was maybe an hour or two, something like that. I don't necessarily keep track of that stuff. I mean, I go to see a friend.
You must be an early riser if you live way up by TR and drove all the way down to Belton where he is. That's a distance.
I'm somewhat of an early riser, somewhat of a night owl. Just depends, I mean, because working and whatnot, my sleep schedule kind of just varies from time to time.
I mean, did you come from your house down there or did you come from somewhere else?
No, I came from a friend's house because I had borrowed a car from him and stuff.
Who was that?
A guy named John Christopher Lee. can give you his address if you want.
Sure.
I mean, considering the ordeal with the car's registration and whatnot, I'd like to know why he didn't tell me about that.
About what?
About the plate not matching the car. I mean, the sheriff told me the plate didn't match the car.
Who was this John Christopher Lee?
Well, he's an acquaintance of mine. I've known him about a year, 2 years or so. I thought I could trust him. I thought he was a good guy.
Okay,
But-
yeah.
I'm starting to think again about him.
Well, where does he live?
Santuck Street.
What?
Santuck. Santuck. Greenville.
Where's that at, Greenville? I've never heard of that one.
It's the City View area over near Parker.
And how old is he? Is he your age, my age, his age?
He's, I'm trying to think. I'm 22 now. He's either 24 or 25. I think, because he was 23 when I met him, and that was about 2 years ago.
Is he white? White?
He's white. A little shorter than me.
How tall are you?
6'1". I want to say he's between 5'10" and 5'11". Something like that.
So he's taller than me, but shorter than you.
Yes, sir.
Is he skinny? Is he heavy?
Skinny. He's got kind of shaggy hair. I mean, like real shaggy usually.
Any tattoos or anything?
Nope.
How do you know him?
I met him on Facebook.
Is he part of the
He's
Minutemen?
he's not part of it. Some of his ideas were a little more extreme than we wanted to accept. I mean, we're not trying to create any separatist movement from the U.S.
Right.
We're trying to maintain the U.S. the way it's supposed to be. We're trying to protect the people of the U.S. His mentality is pretty radical. His mentality is to be a separatist. And I don't know what all he's been involved with. I'm not sure I want to know.
Yeah. Well, since you brought up the car, when did you get the car?
The other day, what was it now?
The other day.
2 days ago.
What day is today? Tuesday?
Wednesday. Is Tuesday Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. So, Monday morning then. So yesterday morning, it was pretty early. I borrowed the car from him. He said that it was all okay and stuff. And, I mean, I've never had a reason not to trust him before.
Yeah. Why would he let you borrow the car? What'd you give him?
But I didn't. I gave him some money for gas and stuff and told him I'd fill the tank back up. That was it.
How did you get there?
Bicycle. And then he took my bike back over to my place, or at least I think he did. He told me he did.
How did he tell you that he did?
Facebook, he messaged me. That's why I checked it today. Because he was supposed to do that.
He lived by himself? He lived with people?
This was his dad and his older brother. Both are Lewis, one senior, one junior.
Lewis or Lee?
Lewis Lee. I don't know their middle names.
So how did he get the car?
I don't know. I mean,
You've known him for...
I assumed he bought it.
You've known him for over a year.
Yeah.
Correct. Have you ever seen him with that car before?
Yeah. He's had it for about 3 months or so. I assumed that he had bought it and everything. I mean, he said he bought it. 3 months. That's what that's how long I've seen him with it. I mean, I don't know.
You yourself have seen him with that car for 3 months.
Yes, sir. I mean, with the car that fits the description, I can't say if it was the same one or not, but I mean, it's that car. It's a tan Hyundai Elantra. I never looked at the license plate, but I mean, I figured, okay.
Have you ever borrowed it before?
No, sir. Generally, I don't tend to borrow stuff from him too often. I mean, he didn't tend to borrow stuff from me too often either.
Why did you borrow the car?
Because I wanted to take the trip down here. My moped wasn't running.
You wanted to take the trip where?
To see Ryan, Jeffrey.
You wanted to go see Jeffrey?
Yeah.
2 days ago.
yesterday morning, technically not 2 days ago. It's yesterday morning early.
Yesterday morning, but you waited till this morning to go see Jeffrey.
Yeah.
What'd you do in the meantime?
I took a car. I went and was riding around and stuff. I saw a couple other friends and stuff.
Name us some friends that you saw.
Okay. I went down to Georgia and saw my friend. Now,
Okay.
I'm not going to say about where she lives and stuff because, I mean, she's like a sister to me. But, I mean,
Or Fitzgerald County.
Ben Hill County.
Ben Hill County.
Fitzgerald, Georgia?
Yeah.
What happened down there?
well, unfortunately, her mom got mad at me. Told me to leave. I did.
And then you went back.
Which was a bad idea. I mean,
And all this happened yesterday?
no, I had gone down there in another car last week. It was Christmas Eve.
Another car?
Yeah.
Whose car?
Borrowed from another friend.
What friend?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Because it's the same car. I have the police reports.
Same friend.
Same car.
Mm-hmm.
I have the police reports. I've been in contact with Ben Hill County already.
Okay.
So,
I borrowed it twice. And I didn't ask him questions I should have. I feel dumb for that. I'm going to be honest, I feel dumb. I don't like admitting when I've made a mistake.
Why is there nothing that says John Christopher Lee in that car?
I don't know.
Because when you drive, you know, you gotta have your insurance, your registration,
I know.
all that stuff. Where's all that at?
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know what's even in the car. I only know that I had my wallet and stuff, you know, and I had the GPS sitting there for getting around, but that's all I know.
So that's the only thing that's in that car that's yours?
Yes, sir. To my best of my knowledge, yeah.
nothing else.
There shouldn't be anything else because I didn't put anything else in that car.
Let's be honest.
I'm being absolutely honest, sir. I swear, I did not put anything else in that car.
Because we've done a search warrant on the car.
I understand that. And I didn't put anything else in that car. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, let me ask you this. How would your Walmart ID get in the car? In your vest?
Walmart is using the car?
Your blue Walmart vest, your ID that says Jack, little silver tag up underneath it.
That shouldn't have been in the car.
Yeah.
It should have been at home. I always take that home when I'm done work.
A student Bible with your name in it, a ledger in the dash with your name on it.
Well, that shouldn't have been there.
That's a lot more than your wallet.
Hold on, a ledger?
A ledger.
I don't have a ledger.
Somebody's writing a ledger with your name on it. No book, you know what I'm talking about, no bound book, pages in it.
Your private diary?
I don't keep a diary.
The typed out stuff about going down to Fitzgerald? Who would know about going to Fitzgerald other than you?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
I didn't have
listen.
stuff.
Don't misunderstand where we're coming from, okay?
Well, I'm not.
We're not here to.
The problem is that I feel like I'm being set up for something.
No.
Not by you.
No, listen. Don't sit there and tell lies and stuff like that, okay?
I'm not.
You just said that the only thing that's yours in that car was your wallet.
My wallet and the drinks and
And we
GPS.
just named a couple of different things with your name.
But I didn't put things in there other than what I
But
said.
who would?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly can't figure that out.
Okay. You need anything to drink, water?
No,
You sure?
I'm fine. I'm just confused. I'm very confused.
Me and you both. Because who would put your stuff in that car that you were driving? You know?
I don't know.
Where have you been past couple of days?
past couple of days,
Yeah.
I'd been at home.
Been home the whole time?
Yes, sir. I'd been working on that moped engine and stuff.
If you're not at home, you're at work.
Generally, yes. I don't really do much else.
You know, let's talk about the past week. You know, the weekend, a couple days before that, and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
So you're home, you're at work, don't worry.
Exactly. I mean, I don't do anything else. I go to work, I come home, I work on stuff at home as far as my moped.
When was the first time you borrowed the car?
First time I borrowed the car was on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Yes, sir.
What time was that?
What time? I'd say it was pretty early in the morning, maybe around 6 o'clock or so. Because like I said, I drove down to Fitzgerald.
So you was in that car at 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve in the morning?
I don't know if it was 6 exactly, but something like that.
Around daylight, before daylight?
Well, it was daylight by the time that I was in it, but yeah.
And where did you get the car from?
From John Christopher Lee.
At St. Doug Street.
Yes, sir.
And he can verify that.
I don't know what he'll verify or deny.
I mean, you're telling me you physically got the keys from him
Yes,
for
sir.
that car?
Yes, sir. He handed me the keys. I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm telling you the truth.
And it was on St. Doug Street.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you cooperate with the folks down in Georgia?
What do you mean to cooperate with
The
folks down in
officer.
Georgia?
The officer wrote in his report that you were very uncooperative.
No, I wasn't uncooperative with him.
Well, tell us what happened down there. We weren't there.
What happened was that at first he wanted to see my license, etc. Okay? Now, I hadn't committed any crime stuff, so I didn't see why he wanted to see my license or anything. And that's what I was trying to get him to explain that to me. Unfortunately, I think he didn't understand that I was trying to get an explanation. Okay? I mean, because I kept asking him, I said, well, I'm being charged with a crime or anything, you know, have I done anything wrong and stuff? And he wouldn't answer that question. He just kept on about he wanted to see my license. And finally, I showed him my license because I wasn't going to argue with him. I mean, it wasn't worth arguing.
All right, well, let's get back to Christmas Eve. So when you borrowed the car on Christmas Eve, where did you go?
I drove down to Fitzgerald, Georgia. That was exactly where I drove.
So this is when you had the confrontation with the oldies?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And how did you what roads did you drive to Fitzgerald?
I took 25 down, and then I don't recall exactly what roads the GPS took me on because I use the GPS for getting around. I don't really do maps for the most part. But I started out on Route 20, Highway 25 going down because that was convenient running through the center of Greenville.
Sure. Did you get on I-85?
No, sir.
No.
I don't use interstates because they're too fast. I generally don't like them.
So your GPS should show us the route that you took.
Well, I would think so, but I don't know.
Okay, so once you had the confrontation or whatever happened in Georgia, whatever. So you leave Georgia. Where
Yes,
do you
sir.
go from there?
Well, after Georgia, I went back and took the car back to Santuck Street, took it back to John, or Chris as he goes
What
by.
time of day was that? Was it?
That was in the evening by then. By the time I got back, because of driving, I mean, it takes about probably 4 to 5, maybe a little more hours depending on traffic.
It's a long way down there.
It is. It's a lot of gas. Tell you that.
So you took it back, you borrowed it Christmas Eve, 6 o'clock. You carried it back Christmas Eve that afternoon or that evening?
That evening, yes,
Was
sir.
it dark?
I'd say it was getting dark
Getting dark.
when I was pulling in his place.
Okay. And where did you spend Christmas?
On Christmas, I spent at home.
Is it home
I rode-
Christmas?
Because I rode my bike home that evening. I have a little headlight on my bike and stuff, so I went home and that way I would be safe. And
Yeah.
I went and spent Christmas night with my family.
Okay.
I mean, I told them I would be home before Christmas.
And so when did you pick up the car again?
Picked up the car again yesterday morning.
That's right. Who else was in the car with you?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I didn't have a reason for anybody to be else in the car, anybody else to be in the car with me. I mean, I just had my GPS and I just went
To
down to Fitzgerald, Georgia again. And I got there last night, and her mom got mad at me and told me to leave and stuff. And I wasn't, with the mood that one was in, I left. I wasn't going to have another thing where she called the cops on me and whatnot, because, I mean, I ain't trying to create trouble. If she doesn't want me around, I'm not going to go back. I mean,
Plus, she didn't make that clear the first time.
Well, I was hoping to reason things out with her, but she didn't want to reason things out. So I won't go back. It's just that.
So you left Fitzgerald after that.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Well, then I came up and I stopped in a rest stop. I don't remember exactly where, but I went down to Jeffrey's place this morning. And I stopped by and I talked to him for a while. And
You said you don't travel the interstate though, right?
No, I don't travel the interstate. It was like one of those pilots places along one of the highways. It's like a 2-lane highway. I don't remember which road it was. I don't travel interstates though.
You ever got in trouble when you was growing up by mama or grandparents?
Oh, my mom used to always get me.
And, when they caught you, you was in trouble. And
Yeah.
they knew more than they let on, and you tried to lie your way out of it. We all did.
I didn't really try to do that. Because my mom always knew what I did.
We all did it, kids. Okay? And I'm talking about little. We all did. Okay?
Everybody's human, but I don't tell lies.
Do you get the impression that we know more than you think we do?
No.
Okay, you said
I get the impression that you're trying to get me to say something that's not true.
No. I'm not trying to do that. Okay? But you sit there and you want to talk about your friend in Georgia, but we know her name, we know her address, we know her county, and all that good stuff she lives in.
No, I really didn't want to involve that because that was kind of an embarrassing situation.
I can see that, but we know more than we let on. Okay?
Okay. Well, you're detectives, it's what you do.
Exactly. That's what I've been doing for the past week. Doing nothing but worried about you, that car, this whole mess. Okay?
I don't know anything beyond me in the car. And this guy that I thought was my friend, who obviously wasn't.
I need to know about the man and the woman that was in that car with you at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Man and woman.
Man and a woman that was in that car with you on Christmas Eve.
I don't know about a man
Around
and a
6
woman.
o'clock in the morning.
I don't know about a man and a woman.
There was a man and a woman in that car with you. You just said.
No, there wasn't.
You just said that you was in that car at 6 o'clock in
It
the
was
morning.
between 6 and 7. I said that it was a little after 6, okay?
A little after 6.
I also said that the sun was up.
You said it was getting around daylight.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I said.
You just
I was in the car by myself, okay?
Headed south.
headed
Yes,
south
sir. Yes, sir.
on Interstate 85.
No. I was not on Interstate 85. I was on 25, and I just told you that.
You hit 25 to get on 85. I can
No.
see that.
I took 25 down, but did not hit 85.
You got to turn off at 25 somewhere to get to freaking Georgia.
25 don't take you to Fitzgerald, Georgia.
But I didn't get on 85.
25 gonna take you down to Greenwood.
Yeah, but there are other back roads that you can take, because I usually set my GPS to keep me off of interstates. I don't like them.
How many times then did you have to stop for gas? Because, I mean, you're going around your elbow to get to your butt. I mean,
Pretty much. Well, it keeps me a little safer from wrecks.
well, why are you worried about a wreck? I mean, you no qualms if somebody comes to your house, you say you'll shoot them. Why are you worried about getting in a car wreck?
Because car wrecks are a little less controllable than someone breaking in your house. I mean, if you're in a car wreck, let's say that a big truck sideswipes you, the next thing you know, your entire car's flying out of control and you're in it. Yeah, I can't control that. Nobody can.
You can't control the car if you're in the back seat either.
I wasn't in the back seat of a car. I was in the driver's seat, and I told you that.
So they were giving you a ride.
No one gave me a ride anywhere.
Where did you meet them at?
No one gave me a ride anywhere. I didn't get a ride from anyone. I borrowed the car from John Christopher Lee. I told you that.
And he's going to tell us that.
I don't know what he's going to tell you. Because I'm not him and I don't know whether he'll tell you the truth or a lie. I can only control myself, and I don't find that lies serve me.
Well, you tell us you can control yourself, but you had a hard time controlling yourself in Georgia.
I kept myself under control. I kept myself civil, diplomatic. And when I realized that I wasn't getting anywhere, that I wasn't being able to reason with people, I left. Now I went back because I thought I was going to be able to reason with someone. Obviously, I was mistaken. Some people can't be reasoned with.
Who are you trying to reason with?
Because she doesn't want to let me hang out with her and stuff, okay? I like the girl. Now, the girl's almost 18 years old, so obviously I can't do anything with her yet. That'd be wrong, okay? But I can go and hang out with her and talk with her and stuff, but the problem is her mother doesn't like that. So it's simple. I'd have to wait till she's 18 years old. I respect that. Now, I tried to go back and reason with her about it. She didn't want to.
But it's bothered you enough that you've had to leave South Carolina twice to go down there.
I went down there because she said that her stepdad was beating her and stuff, and I wanted to go find out what was actually happening.
Why not call the police? You're a law-abiding citizen. Why not call the police to go over there and show about it?
I wasn't going to do anything. Except call the police if I actually found something out. But I wanted to actually go and talk with them first because I don't necessarily involve things like that if something's not going on. I wanted to find out if something was really going on or someone was just making drama. I mean,
so you're going to drive 5 hours?
Yeah.
A man that only works part-time at Walmart with no vehicle of his own.
Yeah.
With very little money.
Yeah.
But you've been having to borrow money from folks.
I sock money away at times for things, and sometimes
you asked to borrow money.
I asked to borrow money from my grandma. I've asked to borrow money from my friends, and they didn't have money. So I asked to borrow from my grandma. She gave me some money for gas.
$40.
No, she ended up giving me about $80.
That's a lot of gas in that car. That'll get you to the damn beach and back.
I only bought $40 of gas. That's why there was $40 and a few ones left in my wallet. I'm just telling you what happened.
And that's what we want you to do.
I understand that.
The only thing that bothers me is you said you had that car at 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Or 7 o'clock, whatever. Around daylight.
What happened on Christmas Eve?
I don't know. I want you to tell me.
I don't know. Because I borrowed the car from the guy I thought was my friend. And
you're the only one who could know because you had the car then.
He had the car before I did it. I don't know what happened.
So, you didn't pull the car on a side street somewhere and dump a bunch of shit out of the trunk?
No.
That wasn't you?
No. Someone did that?
Yeah.
Why?
White male, brown hair and glasses.
Why?
You tell us.
Well, I don't know. Because it wasn't me. Because I got the car from him, and I took 25 down south.
You took Highway 25 south to Fitzgerald, Georgia.
Yeah, 25
which is almost to Florida.
Yeah. I mean, I've traveled by a moped on back roads before. Heck, I've
To Fitzgerald, Georgia?
No, I ran a moped as far as Farmville, Virginia one time.
I've been to Farmville, Virginia.
I went up there to see it for one time. It was a while back. A couple years ago, actually. I ended up burning the motor out of the moped doing it, coming back. But
sure, that's a long ride. A lot of mountains.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
What was her name?
Well, it wasn't a she.
It was a guy?
It was a he. That's irrelevant to this. I really want to stay focused on what we're talking about here. Because, I mean, we have a situation here. I'm in a pickle, and I want to know...
You are.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, okay? I'm in a world of shit. And I want to know why. I want to know what the heck has happened.
Tell me why Jack thinks he's in a world of shit.
Well, obviously I was in a car that had a plate that doesn't match it. That in itself is a world of shit. I mean, my goodness. That's fishy itself. I don't know. Okay? But that's a problem. That's a serious problem.
What else happened in the car?
Huh?
What else happened in the car?
Nothing else happened to the car. I drove down there after I borrowed it. I don't know what else to tell you.
Tell us what happened Christmas Eve morning.
You start with the truth.
I told you. I borrowed the car from John Christopher Lee, and I drove it down to Fitzgerald, Georgia.
And it wasn't 10 o'clock in the morning.
No, sir.
It wasn't midnight.
No, sir.
It was 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
I got it between 6 and 7. So whatever happened before I got it, obviously must have been something. I don't know what. But
But when you got to his house that morning, what was he doing?
he was up and acting and stuff. He gets up early.
I mean, was he dressed?
Yeah.
Was he cooking breakfast?
25 years old and he gets up early.
Some days I get up early, some days I get up late.
Does he work? Does he?
He works for a temp agency doing odd jobs, construction work,
Do you
fixing stuff up.
remember what the weather was like?
What kind of construction work?
The weather was fairly clear. I mean, there weren't a lot of clouds and stuff out. Sun was up when I was driving.
Sun was out when you were driving. It wasn't rain.
Wait. Where were you at for Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
On the road.
Where? On the southeast? Like around Greenville, Travelers Rest, Georgia?
On Christmas Eve morning, I was over there
It
at
wasn't
Central
clear.
Grove. No,
Rain
no,
all
wait,
freaking day.
no. The night before and the morning were very rainy. Okay, but by the time that I was getting down to Georgia and stuff, it was clearing up. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Okay.
I'm
But when you
sorry,
went to
I didn't
his
clarify.
house that morning,
Oh, when I went to his house that morning, it was flash flooding practically.
and you rode a bicycle there
I had a raincoat on.
to his house.
But anyway,
Yes, sir.
you said John works for a temp agency.
Yeah. I don't know which temp agency, but he does temp work because he's always picking up jobs and stuff, fixing things and doing home improvements and whatnot. I don't know what he's doing now because he used to be a machine operator at one time. He moved from job to job and stuff.
Yeah. So if John is 20, he's 25. He's what? 2 years older than you? 3 years older than you?
2 years.
Okay. Does he? I mean,
Because he's in between 24 and 25. I turned 22 back in May.
okay. So he works construction. He builds things. Does he do wiring?
He's done plumbing,
Right.
he's done some construction, he's done machine operating as far as assembly and stuff in factories.
Yeah.
I mean, he hops from job to job, basically until his temp time runs out.
I got you.
I really don't know much other than that.
But if you put yourself in that car between 6 and 7, the time frame I'm looking at between 6 and 7 is what I want to talk about as far as what happened around that time.
Well, I went over to his place because I needed a ride,
Who
and
was
he
there
loaded me
with
the
you?
car.
Who was there with you?
Who was there with him?
Mhm.
His dad was home. His dad's always home at that time of day.
Was he awake?
No, his dad was still sleeping because his dad works late.
And who else was there?
His brother was still sleeping too. I mean, they live together. Chris gets up early because he goes to work fairly early usually. I don't know what else to tell you.
Santuck Street. I just want to see where that is. Oh, 263.
I mean, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what the heck is with that car. Why was the plate changed?
I don't know.
I
So
mean-
we're asking you.
I don't know.
And you're
I don't do that kind of
the
stuff.
time frame that we're concerned with. You're telling us you have the car.
He had the car before me, so I don't know if he did something. I don't know. Okay? You have to ask him. I don't know. And I don't know whether he'll tell you the truth or not. Okay? I only know that I tell the truth. That's all I can say.
Well, we've got a situation that we're trying to.
Yeah, we do.
Mm.
We do. Okay? And I don't even know what the situation is. That's the problem. I'd like to know. I mean,
you had the car at that time, then you know.
No, I don't know. I know that he loaned me the car. I don't know what he did with it.
What did he tell you about the car? Tell me, what did he tell you about the car?
He told me that he had bought it off of some guy. He didn't really tell me anything more than that. Generally, he's kind of vague like that about things, and I tend to believe him because he's never betrayed me before. Now, I don't know if he's betrayed me this time. I don't know if he's done something. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
But you said he's had that car 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a car, a tan car like that, a Hyundai Elantra, for 3 months. Now, I don't know what's with it, okay? I'm sorry, I just don't know. I mean, I go to try to see about my friend, Fitzgerald. I go to...
More than a friend. You're romantically involved in her.
Yes, okay. Go to see my fiancée.
You wanted to run away with her.
Okay. At one time, yes, I did. I thought it was a good idea. Guess what? She's under her age for doing that in Georgia, because the law's different from South Carolina. That's what the sheriff explained to me. Well, nothing I can do about that at this point. I mean,
Well,
I should have waited till she was 18 in the first place. That would have been the rational thing to do. Okay? But I didn't. I knee-jerked. Okay? And so I went over to this curtain child's place, Chris. We call him Chris because it's his middle name. Okay? I went over his place, and I said I needed to have a car to go down to Fitzgerald, Georgia, to go deal with the situation with my girlfriend. He loans me the car. Okay? I don't...
You call her your girlfriend, but you guys have never met.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, okay? Change your cyber date, okay? I've done cyber dating before. It just happens. I don't know how to explain that.
Well, cyber dating is not a real relationship.
That depends on your point of view, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I can sit on the other side of the computer and tell you everything under the sun and it'll all be a lie.
You got a point.
That's not a real relationship. So there's an issue there. But I'm concerned about that Christmas morning or Christmas Eve morning.
Well, obviously I am too, because I don't know what the heck happened. Okay? I know what I did. I know that I borrowed the car from John. I don't know what happened. Okay? I'm sorry, but I don't.
You had to if you had the car at that time.
I don't have to know anything that happened before I had the car. Okay? I don't know what time frame exactly we're working with. I don't know what we're even talking about. That's the problem. I mean, if I've known a guy for close to 2 years and I still can't trust him,
You want anything? Water or anything?
I'm good. I'm just confused.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I was telling him, if I've known a guy, or thought I've known a guy for close to 2 years, and then he pulls something like this on me, well, the world ain't what it seems, obviously. And obviously,
the car.
Yeah, John Christopher Lee. Goes by Chris.
What does he go by on Facebook?
He goes by Chris Lee.
Chris Lee?
Yes, sir.
Christopher Lee or just Chris Lee?
Chris Lee.
Does it have like an address or where he works at or anything?
No. I don't even remember what he put for works at. He put something sarcastic on there, but
yeah,
I don't remember what it was, because, I mean, I'm not friends with him on Facebook. I just message him from time to time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just go over to his place, or he comes over to my place.
What kind of like profile picture does he have?
I don't even know at this point. Probably something with his face or whatever. I don't know. In the past, he's had other things up. I just don't even know now. I haven't checked his profile out in a while.
Did he know you were coming that morning to get the car?
No. I made a knee-jerk decision because my fiance, I'm going to call her, my girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, okay? Call her my cyber girlfriend, whatever, okay? because she tells me that her stepdad's beating her and stuff. Okay, so I decided, okay, well, I'm going to go down there and find out what's going on. Okay? And this is what happens when you make a knee-jerk decision. You end up going over to someone and you say, look, I need a car to go down there. Okay? Because he's the only person I know that would probably be willing to loan me a car.
Why not Grandma?
Because my grandma doesn't loan her truck out. Well, my grandma and grandpa share a truck. They don't loan it out to anybody.
What about Mom?
She doesn't loan her car out to anybody. And I made
And this is your fiance. Your fiance. You're wanting to marry.
They don't know about her because they don't really approve of my relationships for the most part, okay?
Why not?
It's not their business, frankly. But the thing is, they're just like that. I don't know why.
Well, all this stuff that's in the car, your Bible, your ledger, your name tag from Walmart, your Walmart smock, all that mess. Okay? There's a bunch of clothes in the car, neatly folded, all that. And I get that.
I don't know how it got there.
I get that from you.
I'm sorry.
I figure that you have that type of personality where you like things to be neat, in order, stuff like that. Am I wrong?
If you saw my room a week ago, you wouldn't think that.
Okay, would it be messy to somebody like me or somebody like you?
Probably somebody like you. You're talking about clothes all over the floor and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Well,
I only neaten stuff up every now and then when my mom gets on me about it.
well, tell me about the guns that's in that car.
Guns?
Guns. No.
No, I'm not giving you anything.
Okay, because your
Why
buddy.
was there a gun in the car?
You tell me.
Well, I don't know.
Your buddy told us about how you make silencers with your lathe and stuff like that.
I don't make silencers.
You don't.
No.
So the silencer failure put guns in your car.
I don't know who did anything, okay? That's the problem.
And there's shell casings in the car from where somebody's been shooting 22s and 380.
Shell casings?
Shell casings. Where somebody has shot a 22 and a 380 in your car that you're driving. And guess what else is in the car? 3 22 guns, 2 pistols, a rifle, and some 380 bullets.
I don't know. I don't know where they came from, how they got there. I didn't put them there. That's all I know.
Okay.
Okay?
Well,
I'm sorry, but I really don't know.
yeah.
It's just that simple.
Well, you just said you picked up the car between 6 and 7 Christmas Eve morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you what I know between 6 and 7 Christmas Eve morning.
Okay.
Okay, that car was going at 85 with 3 people in it. Somewhere around the 16-mile marker, 2 people got shot and drug out of the freaking car. A mile up the road, or excuse me, a couple miles up the road, somebody that looks like you that got picked out of a lineup dumped all their shit out of the trunk of that car.
What?
So let's talk about that.
I don't know.
We're now approaching the 1-hour mark of this interrogation, and what we've just watched is a masterclass in what psychologists call motivated reasoning. For the past hour, Farrell has constructed an increasingly elaborate alternative explanation for every piece of evidence. Planted fingerprints, planted documents, a friend who set him up, a conspiracy with no named conspirators. And then the detective drops it. 2 people got shot and dragged out of the car. Somewhere around mile marker 16. Watch his response. No explosion. No tears. No denial with any heat behind it. Just a very controlled, very careful recalibration. Let's talk about what's actually happening psychologically in this room. Farrell's deception strategy in part 1 of this interview is sophisticated but not unusual for someone with high verbal intelligence and a pre-existing tendency toward elaborate internal narratives. He does 3 things simultaneously. First, he front-loads credibility. He waives his right to a lawyer. He admits the moped license immediately. He uses legal terminology correctly. He is positioning himself as a person who tells the truth, because truthful people don't need lawyers and truthful people admit their small mistakes. Second, he surrounds truth with lies. Everything he says about Fitzgerald, Georgia, the girl, the mother, the sheriff, is essentially true. He layers accurate, verifiable detail around the fabricated core. This is exactly what makes a sophisticated liar hard to crack. The true parts feel true because they are true. Third, he performs confusion rather than innocence. He doesn't say, I didn't do it. He says, I don't know what happened. He says, I'm confused. He says, I feel like I'm being set up. This is psychologically important. It leaves an exit door. It's much harder to disprove confusion than to disprove a direct denial. When the detective reveals the shooting, something subtle but significant happens. Farrell doesn't ask, who was shot? He doesn't ask, are they okay? The questions an innocent person almost always asks. Instead, he immediately pivots to explaining his position in the car. I was in the car between 6 and 7, alone driving. He is managing the timeline, not responding to the human reality of what the detective just said. This is called deceptive framing. It tells us his brain is in threat management mode, not shock mode. The fingerprint planting conspiracy Farrell builds in this section is psychologically revealing for a reason most people miss. He's not stupid. He knows it sounds absurd. He says it sounds absurd. But he keeps returning to it. Why? Because it's the only narrative that preserves both of the two things he needs simultaneously. His innocence and his self-image as an intelligent person. Admitting guilt destroys the first. Admitting he was sloppy enough to get caught this easily destroys the second. The conspiracy theory is the only story where he can be both innocent and smart. So he clings to it even when he knows on some level it's collapsing. As the second detective arrives and begins systematically dismantling the conspiracy narrative, the ledger, the Walmart vest, the guns, the shell casings, the ATF findings at his house. Watch what Farrell does emotionally. He doesn't panic. He saddens. There is a notable shift in his effect around the hour 26-minute mark. The verbal sparring stops. The tone flattens. He becomes quieter. He starts saying things like, I don't know what to tell you, with less fight behind them. This is the beginning of what psychologists call ego exhaustion. He has been maintaining two parallel realities, the real one and the fabricated one, for over an hour. That takes enormous cognitive and emotional energy. And the evidence is making the fabricated reality harder and harder to sustain. He is approaching the breaking point. And when people like Farrell break, they don't typically collapse into remorse. They reframe. They find a new story, one that preserves some version of their self-concept. In Farrell's case, that new story will be one of the most psychologically interesting confessions you will ever hear.
That's the problem, okay?
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Yeah, it is, because, I'm driving around in a car now that you're telling me that someone was shot. You're telling me that there are guns in that car. Hold on a second, okay? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're telling me that there's all this stuff in this car, and that this car, for lack of better terms, the car is basically a crime scene at that point. That's what you're telling me. And I'm driving in this car and I don't know this?
You're a smart fellow.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Wait a minute. You can't tell me you ain't been riding in this car twice now that you said you got the car and didn't see the blood in the seat.
Blood?
Mm-hmm.
That's blood?
I saw it when I walked up there in Belton when I first got called there. You're telling me you've been in the car for 5 hours and ain't seen no blood?
I saw a stain, I didn't know it was blood. I figured it was wine or something like that. I'm not stupid, but...
Wine? In the car?
People do drink and drive.
Yeah.
I don't, but people do. I don't drink. I don't know what to tell you.
So the open container of corn whiskey is not yours either.
What corn whiskey?
The corn whiskey we fix to get your fingerprints off of. And those guns we won't get your fingerprints off of.
I don't know how my fingerprints would get on something.
It's easy.
Unless
there's no such thing as a fingerprint prairie, so let's just cut that out right now.
Hold on. I'm not saying there is, okay? Okay, I'm not saying there is. I don't believe in fairies. I don't believe in coincidences, all right? I don't believe in luck. Okay, there is no such thing. Everything can be boiled down to facts and figures, rationales. I get that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've studied the law long enough to understand that. I've studied the government long enough to understand that. Okay, I used to want to be in your job. To be honest, I still do. Okay? Because it's interesting work. Now, the problem is, how do my fingerprints get on something unless someone pulled them off of somewhere else to set me up for something? Now, I know that's a little out there, but the thing is, that's the only way I can explain it. I don't understand it otherwise, okay? I'm sorry, but I don't understand it.
Well, help them. Let's work through it. Let's understand it together.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Because we got a big problem, and I'm ending up getting looked at as a bad guy here, basically, when all I've done is borrow a car and make the mistake of having a moped license instead of a driver's license, which I'm not going to deny because guess what? That's a dumb mistake, okay? That was stupid.
Yeah, you drove a car from a police. Yeah.
There is a reason why I didn't plead the Fifth Amendment. There is a reason why I didn't ask for legal counsel before talking to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I don't have something to hide. It's because I'm trying to sort this out because I don't want to get into something. I don't want to be in something because I'm already into something, obviously. I don't want to be in something that isn't mine. Okay? And that's frustrating to me. It's very frustrating and confusing.
Me too.
I imagine
Why
so.
would somebody go through all this trouble to frame or set you up?
I don't know unless they did something. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I don't.
All I want to know is what happened to him. What happened? What happened in the car?
What happened to who?
The two people that was in the car with you.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I
You just
wasn't
said
in the
you was
car.
in the car between 6 and 7.
I was in the car alone driving.
So they had already gone out.
If there were two people in the car,
There were.
then they were out of the car, okay? And I didn't see any blood or anything. Nothing that I recognize as blood anyway. Obviously, I must not have recognized a stain as blood because I saw a stain, but I didn't know what it was.
Were you drinking?
No.
I mean, I know you like Palmetto Moonshine.
I used to drink Palmetto Moonshine. I stopped drinking.
Well, whose farm whiskey's in the car?
I don't know. That's the problem, okay? I don't know what's going on. And I know that y'all are trying to solve us. And to be honest, I don't want to solve as much as you do, because guess what? I don't feel like being in the pickle. I don't feel like being put in a position where I'm getting blamed for something I didn't do. That's all I know. I know what I did. I don't know what anyone else did. I'm sorry, but
But you were in the car between 6 and 7 Christmas morning.
yes,
Christmas Eve morning, excuse me.
Christmas Eve morning,
Right, Christmas Eve
by
morning.
myself driving. Okay?
2 Fitzgerald, Georgia.
Yes. On 25.
5 hours away.
That's right. 25 back
And you
roads.
took nothing with you.
No. All I took with me was some money for gas and food. That's what I.
Well, where did you-
wasn't a point in taking anything
Where
out
did you
with
stop
me.
and eat at?
Usually I just stop at like Waffle Houses and stuff like that. I mean, they're cheap.
No, on this particular day, on this trip, we're cruising down to Fitzgerald, Georgia. Oh, hunger pain hits. Where did you stop and eat? I know you had to get hungry.
I stopped at a Waffle House.
Remember where?
No, I don't remember which town it was in because I don't necessarily pay attention to that when my GPS
What
guides me.
highway?
I don't remember. The problem is when my GPS is guiding me, I'm looking at the road, and every now and then I'm glancing down at that little map thing with the arrow telling me which way to go and where to turn. Because that way I know when I come to a half mile of a turn, start slowing down so that I don't miss the turn. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be smart aleck with you, but I know.
Buddy, tell us about you making homemade silencers.
I don't know.
Why did you go to your buddy's house this morning at 8 o'clock and show him these 3 guns that was in your trunk?
I didn't.
With the silencers.
I didn't.
Okay, so these
Jeffrey is telling you this stuff because that's whose house I was at. Wait.
Yeah. So him, his daddy, everybody that looked out the window saw all this, saw you there. They're lying to me.
I would presume so at that point.
So I'm gonna go lock them up for lying.
I don't know if you can lock them up for lying or not, but nonetheless, I didn't have the stuff. I didn't put the stuff in the car. Okay?
Why would you be showing the Ryan this morning?
I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't know it was even in the car. I
You
told
said
you that.
You said earlier when we talked, you had a couple odd jobs. You said at one time you worked as a machinist.
Yeah, assembling clutches for cars.
Okay. But you said machinist.
Yeah, assembly machine operator, not machinist.
But you said machinist.
Well, because that's what they call the job position.
Okay.
All you're doing is operating a line that assembles housing and some clutch plates and whatnot.
Do you have a lathe at home?
A wood lathe,
Would like.
not a metal lathe, no. You need a metal lathe to make something like sounds hard to think. I mean, wood's not going to hold up to anything.
No.
Wood doesn't even hold up to battering his furniture. My granddad used to build furniture at a wood shop. I don't
Do you know? Do you know what's happening right now?
What's
Other than
happening?
me and you talking, we've got detectives at your house in Travelers Rest or wherever.
That's fine.
Okay. We're gonna get you a computer.
Okay.
We're gonna get all that.
Okay.
There's
We got
in the
people-
garage.
We got people talking to John Christopher Lee or going to his house now.
Okay.
Okay.
I would expect and hope you would.
All
And if
that,
you
all
do-
that's happening.
And if you find anything, all I can say is that I didn't do anything wrong, apart from driving without the proper license. Okay? That's all I did. That's all.
Maybe you were just trying to defend yourself. Did a struggle ensue in the car? Did they not want to let you out or something? I mean, what
There was
happened?
no one except me in the car when I was driving, and I was only driving. Okay, that's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
all right, let's rephrase it. While you were riding, not driving,
I didn't
did
ride.
something happen in the car?
I didn't ride. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? I keep telling you over and over and over.
So what you want me to believe is that a fingerprint fairy has placed your fingerprints on objects that you say should not be in the car.
I'm not saying
Another unknown source had something take place inside the car that we later find you operating.
Now, I'm not saying a fairy. I'm saying a person, a human being. Okay?
Someone.
But yes, that's what I'm saying.
But how would they do all that?
I don't know. Okay? I don't work for the CIA.
Why would the CIA want you?
No, that's not the point that I'm getting at. Okay? The point is that it takes someone with that skill level. that
Again,
skill set
why
to
would
do
they
that
come
kind of
after
stuff.
you? What are you?
I wouldn't think the CIA would. I think that a criminal might try to throw something on me if I was convenient, but the CIA wouldn't care about me. Heck,
What criminal would care about you?
I don't know.
Why would they frame you?
I don't know. But if
John
he
Asher
did it,
with this crime?
hold on. If John Christopher Lee did something, I'm not saying he did or didn't because I don't know. But if he did, I was convenient. I
Let
don't
me ask
know.
this. You came to his house unannounced
Yes,
that morning to get the car, right?
yes.
So how would he have time to run and get all this stuff of yours and place it in the car real quick before you left with the car?
What's to say the
How
stuff
would that happen?
What's to say the stuff was there Christmas Eve? What's to say he didn't put it there?
Well, we're
before
talking
I had-
about Christmas Eve.
Okay,
That's
well,
what we're talking
Christmas Eve, I don't know what was in the car, okay? I never opened the trunk. All right, the backpack that was sitting on the back seat,
It's
because
just in your lap.
obviously there's a backpack. Hold on, can I finish, please? Thank you. Okay, the backpack is on the seat. That's not my backpack, okay?
Who's is it?
It's his as far as I know. All right? He leaves stuff in places, and I don't mess with his stuff, okay? If I do borrow something from him, I'm not going to mess with his stuff because it's his. Now, perhaps I had a responsibility to make sure I knew what was in the vehicle I was driving. I don't know, okay? So if I did, then obviously no one told me that I had that responsibility. But I don't necessarily know what's in a vehicle that belongs to someone else that I borrow.
But you were showing it to Ryan earlier.
No,
Yes.
I wasn't. I told you that already.
Why would Ryan lie?
I
Is he
don't
part of this
know.
grand conspiracy to frame John
I
Asher?
don't know. Okay?
I mean, what makes you so popular that you got to be framed? That all these other people are wrong and you're right?
I don't know. I can't tell you because I don't know.
You
Okay?
can tell us because you know the truth.
I know the truth, and the point
You
is
do know
that
the truth, and it's eating away at you inside. That's why you went to John's house this morning. Let me finish. I'm talking.
Well, I am too.
You went to John's house this morning because what happened is eating you alive inside.
Things don't
And
make
you
me
wanted to
alive
talk- and you
inside
wanted to
unless
talk
I
about
actually do something wrong. Nothing's eating me. I don't feel bad about anything except driving with a bad license because that was a mistake. I mean, I don't know what you expect. I've told you everything. I've told you the truth. That's all I can do. And you've asked me over and over, and I've told you over and over.
You're a man of facts and figures and thinking things make sense, right? You told me that earlier.
Yes.
The story you're giving don't make sense. Don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but the point is that it's the only explanation I have. Okay? I can't always make sense of things. I can only tell you what I know, and I can only tell you what I can come up with as a plausible explanation, and it sounds ridiculous, yes.
Yeah, it does.
Okay?
It's completely, it sounds like a man who's trying to save his ass because something
I don't
happened.
have an ass to save. The only thing I've done was drive with a moped license, which was stupid. Okay? I already admitted that. That's already going to be a guilty plea, so I'm not worried about self-incrimination there. Okay? Because I was found to be having the moped license in a car.
Why would Ryan lie to us about you showing him the gun?
You already asked me that, and I already told you I don't know.
What? We're trying to figure this out, right? Because you're a man of facts and figures, right?
There's only so much I can deduce. I'm not God.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, let's think about it. Let's play this out, okay?
Okay.
What has he got to gain by lying and saying, yes, Jack was here and showed me these 2 handguns with silencers on them, a rifle, and he makes silencers at home on his lathe. And lo and behold, we get Jack back to our office. We get a search warrant for the car. We search the car. What's in the freaking car?
Well, you told me.
You know, and I'm being facetious, okay?
I know you are, and I understand your frustration and why you.
Okay, but why would he lie about that? What does he have to gain?
I don't know.
What does Jack have to gain by lying about it?
I have nothing to gain by lying about it because, frankly, lying would only bury me deeper.
Well, Jack has to. He would gain. Hopefully, we would leave it alone, and it ain't mine. He, all
Well,
that.
people are never going to leave me alone. If I'm suspected of something once, it's going to follow me for a long time. That's the way it goes. I'm not trying to shake that. I'm trying to tell you the truth.
What's happened in the past to make you feel that way?
Nothing's happened to me in the past, but that's the way it goes with other people, okay? It's statistics.
Yeah. Well,
It's just the way that human beings are and
He
such.
tells us about you going to Georgia. He tells us about you going to Georgia twice. And the last time you went to Georgia, you came back saying it was foodbarred. And we all know what foodbarred means, right?
Well, when a mother gets mad and basically runs you off, okay, and thank God she didn't pull a gun on me,
Yeah.
but when she runs you off, that's basically FUBAR.
He told us about the girlfriend in Georgia. He told us, about the different groups and this, that, and the other. And so far, everything Ryan has told us has been true.
I don't know what to tell you other than what I told you, and everything I told you is true.
But why would he have to gain on that?
I already told you I don't know. I can't deduce everything. I'm not God. I'm a very limited logician. My goodness. I don't exactly do logic for a career. I assemble bikes. I'm sorry. I can't help you. I wish I could. I've told you everything that I know. I've told you everything that's happened.
You've known Jeff for over a year.
Yes.
Why all of a sudden today did you decide to drive to his house at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Because I hadn't seen him for a while.
But a normal person, if I'm going to go over to his house at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to let him know, hey, bud, I'm coming down to your house. You didn't do that with Jeff.
That's because
You've never been there before. He was in total shock.
That's because last night I had gone over to a place, okay, and so I didn't exactly have time to get on Facebook and tell him. Like I said, my phone's out of service, okay?
So did you drive from place straight to Jeff's?
I stopped over to rest, like I said, but basically, I mean, the route was pretty straight.
So these are the clothes you had on at this?
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt there, boss. I'm Rob Giving. I'm a sergeant up here.
Understood.
Kind of helping them with this case.
Naturally. To be honest, I want this case dealt with because
Boss, you're in trouble.
I know. I'm in a world of shit.
I don't think you do, but I'll explain in a second. Give me 1 second, because this is somebody out with your friend John Lee. Here you go.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what to tell you.
The truth is what sets you free.
That's the point.
You know,
What's the point? I've done that. I don't know what else to tell you unless you want me to start making things up, and I'm not going to do
No,
that.
I don't want you to make everything up.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, okay?
I
And I have.
want you to tell us exactly what happened.
I did.
Boss, if it ain't you, it does me no good to have you. Okay?
I understand that.
This is a murder case.
I understand that. They've explained that to me.
Can I talk?
Yes, sir.
I got limited time, limited patience.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to be rude, but I am kind of just to the point.
Yes, sir.
You can tell me those weren't your guns. That's fine.
Okay.
My guys and the ATF are at your house right now with search
Yes, sir.
warrant, and just found the heads of the mag lights in your room. 2 of them black, 1 of them blue. You're caught. Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, but go ahead.
Time.
It's okay.
If that crap in the car ain't yours, I have a very easy fix to prove that it's not.
Okay.
I need a sample of your DNA because you've never been in trouble. You've never been arrested. Done a little research.
Okay.
Other than being fired from Walmart and the FBI having a file on you, you've never really been in trouble with the law.
Why does the FBI have a file on me?
Because apparently the people at Traveler's Rest were scared shitless of you. And they called the Traveler's Rest PD.
Why would they be scared of me?
I think you're in some kind of militia.
But I don't threaten anybody. It'd be nice to civil to everyone.
So, here's what I propose.
Okay.
Simple procedure. I take a couple Q-tips, just swab them inside your mouth, goes in a little envelope, gives me a DNA sample.
All
I
right.
send them in to compare to the clothes and the bottle that's in that bag with them silencers. And if it ain't yours, it won't be your DNA, will it?
Unless someone planted it, I don't know.
And-
Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the same thing that I talked to them about with the fingerprints. Okay, I can't explain why my fingerprints are there because I don't know.
Right.
I'm
Kid,
sorry.
I don't believe in conspiracies. I don't think
I
you
don't
do either.
either,
I think you'd like to convince me of such
No.
things, but trust me when I say I've been doing this
I don't
probably
believe,
longer than you've been able to walk.
sir.
Okay? You're caught.
Sir.
If you don't want to tell us what happened, that's entirely your choice and that's entirely your right. All right? You've studied up on the Constitution, right?
I know the Constitution. I know the law.
So I have to prove it, right? I'm not asking you for your help.
I
If you don't
understand
want to
that.
tell us what happened with this shooting, so be it.
I understand that.
If it wasn't you, though, it does me no good to have you locked up, be going, look, I got the murderer, because I got the wrong guy. I still got a murderer out there.
Exactly.
So I'm going to get a sample of your DNA with your permission, so that way I can send it and compare to the clothes and the bottle and whatever else is in the car that might contain your DNA.
Well, I can give you a sample of my DNA, but I can't guarantee someone did it. That's the problem. And I'm not. I want one thing to be clear. I'm not claiming a conspiracy. Okay. I'm claiming that there's someone out there who's a criminal who knows what they're doing, and it ain't me because I'm not a criminal.
Hang with me for a second. We'll talk further in a second. One thing at a time, I get easily distracted.
I understand.
My mind goes a million miles an hour.
I imagine so with your job.
Just stay with me.
It's not exactly easy.
No, well, it is and it isn't. Sometimes it is. All right.
The one thing I didn't do was consent to it. I said I could. I didn't say I would. I
you
want
willing to?
legal counsel first.
Before I do this,
Yes, sir. Just because it's procedure. Okay?
what procedure?
Getting legal counsel first. You know, there's a reason why I haven't played my Fifth Amendment yet. There's a reason why I didn't ask for a lawyer first. It's because I don't have something to hide. Okay? I'm sorry, but I honestly can't tell you anything other than what happened, and that's what I've been telling these gentlemen.
Are you wanting legal counsel before we do this?
Yes.
Are you wanting legal counsel to continue speaking?
No.
Okay, great.
No, speaking...
Tell me about when you got this car. Help me with that.
I got it on the morning of Christmas Eve
Where at?
over at John and Christopher Lee's place. It's all there. Santuck Street. Okay,
John Christopher Lee.
That is correct.
That's him.
That's him.
About what time did you get said car?
It was between 6 and 7. I don't know the specific time, but that is the hour.
Tell me how that came to be.
I went over to his house because I knew that he was someone who generally would be willing to loan me something if I needed it. And I needed a ride to go down to take care of the situation with my girlfriend, if you want to call her that, because that's... But anyway, because I wanted to go find out whether there was abuse going on and then involve the police if there was. Unfortunately, that got taken wrong. The police got called on me.
Right.
Okay? And that was a bad situation.
Did you show up unannounced, or how did you...
Yes.
So you show up on Christmas Eve day and just knock on the door.
Yeah.
Was his family home?
Yeah, his dad was sleeping, his brother was sleeping. He gets up early because normally he gets up early for work, so he just has that kind of sleep schedule.
How long were you there?
I wasn't there more than 5 minutes because I explained the situation to him, and then I left.
Now, have you ever seen that car before?
Yeah, I've seen a car that looks like it. I can't say if it was the same one or not, but I've seen a car that looks like it before. I mean, I've seen him have one before.
I mean, what do you know him to drive? How long have you known him?
I've known him for about 2 years. Originally, he drove a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
It got stolen. I don't know who did it. That's not really my concern, although I was sorry that it happened. Then he got a truck. Okay, he still has that truck to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, and he was driving that to work a lot. And then he got this car.
How do you know it was between 6 and 7?
Because that's the time that I remember from looking at my watch when I got to his house.
Well, if you looked at your watch, what time did your watch say?
I don't remember the minute because I don't necessarily remember those things.
Was it dark out?
It was fairly dark still.
Was it raining?
Yes, it was raining at that point. It cleared up later in the day as I was driving.
Okay, so you borrowed the car. You were there about 5 minutes. You tell him, hey, I got this girlfriend thing I need to accomplish. Can I borrow the car? He says, sure.
Yes, sir.
Did he ask anything about where are you going with it? When am I going to get it back?
No.
Does he know you still had it up until today?
I didn't have it up until the day I returned it, and then I borrowed it again yesterday morning.
Okay.
Because after having gone down there, after that whole exchange, I had gotten a message from her claiming that her mother was trying to send her to her stepfather's family in Mexico. Now, what I probably should have done, I probably should have involved law enforcement because that's human trafficking. That would have been the wise thing to do.
How did you get this message?
Facebook.
Who'd you get it from?
From
her? What's her last name?
her last name is
That she was being forced to go to Mexico, more or less?
her mom was talking about sending her to Mexico, which I guess only before she could turn 18. I don't really understand all of why. I don't understand what it is that they want to control her so much. I just don't understand that. But
What's up with those plans that you drew up in that ledger about going down there and her sneaking out of the window and going to the safe house?
As I've told these gentlemen, I don't have a ledger.
It's got your name on it, kid.
Well, I didn't put it there. That's the problem, okay?
In fact, it had somebody else in your family's name on it, and you crossed it out, and then it says
Well, I didn't do it.
Jack Farrell.
I didn't.
And then there's names and addresses of people with rank and stuff. There's Tony Perkins and what's Mike Mumford and meetings.
Well,
and
Mike Munford's an Army veteran.
Yeah.
Served in Iraq. But why would I have a ledger? I don't have a ledger. That's the point. I don't keep a diary or anything like that. I don't know what to tell you.
Kid, can I be frank with you?
That's what I would hope you would do.
Great. We're going to talk to all these people because you were nice enough to provide phone numbers in it, and I bet you every one of them is going to corroborate the dates and times of these little meetings that they know you. So you can tell me that it's not your ledger, but I'm going to prove to you that it is. In a couple hours, we're going to have your fingerprints because those handcuffs, those indicate that you're under arrest. So I'm going to fingerprint said ledger and prove to you that it is. Okay? Then
This can be planned. That's the problem.
Listen.
I understand what you're saying, okay? I do.
If that is the best you got, you're in trouble.
Unfortunately, that's the best I've got, which means that I've got a problem.
Prints can be planted. So there's somebody right now running around with an exact replica of your prints, putting your prints all over shit, right?
I don't know how they do it, but I know it's been done. Okay? I know people have done it before. All right?
Funny, I've not seen it yet.
You've never seen someone plant a print, or you've never heard of it anywhere.
No.
Have you never read anything by Robert Ludlum?
No.
Well, then that's a problem. Okay?
Who's Robert Ludlum? What is he?
Born Identity, Born Supremacy, Born Ultimatum.
I've seen the movies.
Movies are horrible, okay? The movies are ridiculous and stupid.
I know, but they're very efficient. I hate to say that. But
The books I have a lot of very realistic stuff
Right.
that is done.
Well, so what you're saying is somewhere between Greenville, Belton, Anderson County, South Carolina, and Georgia, Fitzgerald, Georgia, there's somebody running around with Robert Ludlam-esque skills planting your prints on stuff for what purpose? Help me out.
I don't know. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Okay?
We'll get back to
It's
it.
the only explanation that I can come up with because
So-
I don't know.
Journal, not yours, correct?
Correct. If my prints are wrong, I didn't put them there. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, Dave. No, I'm talking to him right here. He's whatever you found, he says was planted. So you're gonna have fun with this. Yeah. You want an X-ray or just take the cap off? They got, you know. Yeah, I can get that. That's no problem. Yeah, sure. Right. Okay. Give me a few minutes.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not sure that you understand how I feel when I'm in that situation.
All right. Yeah.
Because I feel a little helpless. But, yes, sir. You're saying?
Oh, ATF. Again, somebody must have got into your house. Your grandparents or somebody let them in, and they planted shit there.
Well, I don't think anyone would let him in.
So somebody broke in.
It's been done before.
Do you have enemies?
I don't know. I have people I've pissed off in the past for saying crap to them and stuff like that.
Do you
But
think you live in this cloak and dagger world?
no, I don't. And that's why this is puzzling me, frankly, because my world's simple and straightforward, okay? Mm-hmm. My world isn't complicated, and now it's become complicated, and it shouldn't have been. I don't get that. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay. So journal not yours.
Correct.
No problem. Anything we're finding at your house, not yours. Anything of a criminal nature, let's say that, correct?
I don't know. You have to name things as the problem.
The other components to these silencers,
The maglite heads that you mentioned? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't remember having any maglite heads, so not mine.
Okay. If there is DNA on any of these items in the trunk of the car, not yours. Somebody planted it, correct?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. When you borrowed the car and you're on your way to Fitzgerald, Georgia, do you remember specifically anywhere you stopped?
I only remember stopping at a Waffle House somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where.
No gas stations?
Breakfast.
No
I stopped at
stores?
some gas stations to buy fuel, but I don't remember which ones. I don't keep
How'd you pay?
receipts for all stuff necessarily. After the end of the day, I throw receipts out.
How do you pay for gas?
Usually cash.
Okay.
It's cheaper.
I mean, you got some credit cards. Are they valid?
I have a debit card, and I have an employee discount card for Walmart, and I have a Walmart pay card.
Okay.
No credit cards. I have no credit, good or bad.
Debit card, does it function?
Yeah, there's basically a few cents on it. I usually use it if I need to buy anything online or anything like that, but I haven't done that in a while.
Okay.
I normally buy moped parts and stuff.
Well, boss, here's the problem. I mean, you're sure you borrowed the car on Christmas Eve day
Yes, I'm sure.
because you had plans to go see old girl.
Yes.
And you're certain it was sometime between 6 and 7 because you looked at your watch enough to see that it was 6 something.
Yes, because I looked at my watch when I got over to his place because I want to see what time it was if it was too early to go see if he was awake or not.
Here's why you're going to be charged with murder.
Why?
Well, probably because you fucking did it.
I didn't do it.
But here's the issue that you got, and follow along with me,
I'm listening.
because I'm going to explain it to a damn jury, and then I'm going to see you get on the bus and go to prison.
I'm listening intently.
Okay? There is no way. Let's say you pulled up to your friend's house at 6 o'clock sharp. There is no way that you made it from his house up there off of Santa down to mile marker 16 and a half in 11 minutes. Now, if you had the car that morning
Mile marker, what?
That's where these people were found. Don't worry, if it doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. It makes plenty of sense to me. Because remember, this is conspiracies. Remember?
I understand that.
But there's a car. 2 people are shot. That car belongs to one of them. And there's blood in the car. And the same day that you went and got it, sometime between 6 and 7, the same sometime between 6 and 7 is when they end up on the side of the road, freaking shot in the head.
Well,
so if you don't have stop, kid.
I'm sorry.
If you don't have an explanation, that's fine. You don't have to. I will explain it for you.
I want to try to understand something a moment.
I want the truth out of you, and if you're not willing to give it to me, so be it. That's your choice. That's your right. But I'm going to pack my shit up and I'm going to go about my life. I've got a lot of work ahead of me.
I understand.
Making sure that I've got the right guy.
I understand, and I'm giving you the truth, but I want to try to understand something, please. Okay?
Speak on it.
All right. You're talking about 2 people being found, shot.
Yes.
Okay. What time are you talking about?
6:11 a.m. the day that you had the car.
Well, it was after that, because I said it was between 6 and 7. I didn't say it was at 6.
Yeah, but you said you were on your way to freaking Florida, or on the way to Georgia, right?
I was on my way to Georgia. I went down.
It doesn't matter. If you went and got the damn thing at 6:45, we already know that car is gone. You're caught. You're caught.
I didn't say
Say what you want. You're caught. How bad do you want this to hurt?
I don't want anything to hurt, but I don't want to lie either.
You shot a couple crackheads.
No.
Okay, I'm sure there's a better explanation than just you're mean. But you're caught. Believe what you want.
I've never shot anyone in my life.
Okay, I'm gonna prove to you that those are your guns. I'm gonna prove to you that those are your silencers. I'm gonna prove to you that shit in that bag is yours. I'm gonna prove to you that shell casing that I found when I tore the back seat out of today came from one of your guns. I'm going to line up everybody who's ever had any dealings with you. I'm going to show them your Facebook page. I'm going to line up your buddy today who told me that you were in there bragging and showing off these freaking, talking about these guns with silencers. You're caught. Believe what you want.
You compile all the
I will, dude. It's not personal. It's my job. Huh?
I said I'm not finished my sentence. May I please finish?
If you're going to tell me the truth, sure. If you're going to continue to lie to me, then I'm not interested. Which is it?
I'm not going to lie to you.
Tell me what happened.
To explain something to you.
Tell me the honest to Christ truth what happened.
I told you what happened.
I want to know how them people ended up getting shot. You're caught.
Oh, I do too.
You are caught, kid.
I'm not caught.
Look at you!
I'm under arrest. I've been arrested, but I didn't do anything.
Come morning, you're going to get read a murder warrant.
I didn't do
You're going to get read a murder warrant and a carjacking warrant and an attempted murder warrant. And if that freaking dude dies between now and about a year, you're going to get another murder warrant.
What? What dude? You said you found 2 people shot.
Mm-hmm.
What are you even talking about?
Shot in the very same car that we caught you in today. And in your journal, it talks about painting the car, your 1227 agenda, paint the car, retag the car. You even had checks.
I didn't write any of that.
Again, I will prove that you did.
You know what?
Go ahead, say it.
I'm getting worked up here and that's unprofessional. And I shouldn't be doing that.
You're what?
I'm not keeping my voice calm enough. And that's unprofessional with me. I'm sorry for that. I'm being rude. But
I thought
I don't want to. You have the right to be rude because you're a cop, okay?
No,
I don't have a right to be rude to you.
Here's what you don't get, dude. I've been doing this a long time, and I know what this stuff means, and I know what certain things indicate.
I understand that.
I honestly, in my heart, feel like I'm looking at the right guy. And when I get to that point, I act on it.
I understand that, and I don't blame you for it.
If you don't have an explanation for what happened, fine.
I gave you my explanation.
And I'm going to wear you out with it. Someday you're going to regret lying to me. It's going to be when you're on a bus to a prison. Someday you're going to regret lying to me. And that's going to be right after the day when you go, Rob, wait a minute, I want to tell you the truth. I want to own up and man up. Yeah, I fucked up. And you know what I'm going to say? No, dude.
I'm going to say one thing. And that is that even when I am in a cell in a prison, if I'm in a cell in prison, I will still have a perfectly clear conscience because I didn't do anything to those people that you have mentioned.
And again, I'm not trying to take that from you.
I know you don't believe me.
I don't.
I know.
I don't, dude.
Okay? And you know what?
I don't. You know why? The conspiracy thing does not wash.
Because it doesn't make sense to you.
No, it doesn't.
Okay?
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
I'm going to tell you something. Were I in your position, I'd be saying the same damn thing you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
You ain't Jason Bourne.
I didn't say I wasn't. I don't think I am.
You ain't got enemies in high places.
I don't think I do.
There is not somebody trying to wipe you from the earth by planting your fingerprint and planting your DNA and breaking into your house and planting silencer pieces.
I don't know what
ridiculous.
Happened, okay?
Trust me when I say a jury of my peers, because these are people who ain't going to believe the conspiracy theory either. They are going to freaking laugh at you.
And let them laugh because they're only laughing at the truth.
So, dude, I hope you do sleep with a clear conscience, because if that's your version of the truth, you're done. You are caught.
Well, then I'm sorry, but
you are absolutely caught.
The only thing that I can say is that whoever did this, whoever did set me up, well, they succeeded. They completed their job. Mm-hmm. Whatever reason they had.
This is not a setup, dude. You need to move past that.
I have to disagree with you, and I have to tell you that I'm telling the truth.
But you have no idea who's after you. You have no idea who's setting you up, right?
I have no solid idea. I only have what I know as far as who I got the car from, and I don't know who he bought the car from. If he bought the car, he told me he bought the car.
Right.
But I don't know.
I got news for you. What? And they've asked you, what are you going to do when that guy looks at you and says, what? What? I have no freaking clue what that guy's talking about.
When he looks at me and says, what?
Or when he looks at my guys, they're going up there talking to him right now.
But when he does that, I'm not going to be able to say anything because guess what? If he lies, he lies. I can't control him. I can't control anybody but me.
But here's what you're not considering. You're a young man.
Yes, I am.
This is something that you can survive.
Yes. And
okay, just short of getting a life sentence, this is something you can actually walk out of frickin' jail someday for.
I understand that.
But it takes a certain amount of heart, and it takes a certain amount of frickin', it's a certain amount of integrity.
And the thing is that no matter what, I believe
I'm telling you now, dude.
And you don't believe me, I know.
No, I really don't. I'm looking at the right guy.
You're going to believe that no matter what I tell you.
I'm looking at the right guy. I
can't convince you otherwise. I know that. Okay? I just hope one day you understand that that's not what happened. I'm sorry that there's no plausible explanation.
Trust me when I say there's going to be a day when you're going to go, damn, I really was caught. I've been doing this for about forever. I know what this crap means. Huh?
I said I don't doubt you've been doing it forever.
I know what this means. I know what I'm looking at.
I know you've had experience.
I understand that. I know what that shit means. I know what it proves. Like I said, it doesn't do me any good to get the wrong guy. I got the right guy.
You're going to believe that. And I understand you believe that too, because I understand that any explanation I give is pretty unbelievable to y'all. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay? I get that. I can't tell you a lie, and I've told you the truth. That's all I can tell you. So I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
Okay. I'm losing interest.
And again, you tell me that he had that car 3 months ago, right?
He had a car that looked like it, so I don't know if it was or wasn't, but I would think it was.
Okay. I'm done.
Did you get stuck in any traffic jams going to Georgia now?
No. Like I said, I didn't take the interstate. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
By the way, I believe they're going to have charges down there too.
The only thing that I got coming back from Georgia was a speeding ticket for going over the limit.
Well, I mean, you got an issue with the girl.
Where was that at? Where'd you get your ticket at?
Georgia, before I got to South Carolina, because I was...
In that car?
Yeah.
Which day?
That was on Christmas Eve.
Where's that ticket at?
Huh?
Where's that ticket at?
Should be somewhere in my room at home, because I mean, that's where I left it.
Do you remember what county gave it to you?
It was...
we need to let them know that you won't be appearing for court. That's what.
It was Georgia Highway Patrol. I don't remember what county it was.
Yeah, they just found it. Hold on.
Then you have a ticket.
It's, again, probably planted, but it's in your room.
Look, the speeding ticket wasn't planted. Okay, I got a speeding ticket.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to gauge what is and isn't.
Let me explain something to you. When I screwed up in an area, I'll admit it, okay? I drove a car with a moped license. I screwed up. I'm not going to plead not guilty to that. That would make me a liar.
Yeah, 2:49 p.m.
Okay, yeah. There you go. The speeding ticket. Okay? I'm not going to deny that and make me a liar. I don't lie, though.
Sure you do.
It doesn't serve me.
Sure you do. Tell me about the ledger. Let's start with something small. Tell me about the
I
ledger.
already told you I didn't keep a ledger.
But somebody else did. And
Clearly. I
they
can't.
put your name on it and put a whole bunch of information with you and meetings and names and rosters. And apparently they're on the money because they're people that you know. You know who Mike Monroe is, right?
Mike Munford, yes.
Munford, whatever.
Yes.
All sorts of stuff about what's her name, and times and whatnot. What street does she live on?
Street Falcon.
They even printed out a map for MapQuest and put it in there
Why would they put a map in there?
to go down there and see her, I guess. But again, somebody else did all this. Somebody else had the wherewithal to do all this, right? And
Well,
then set you up by putting all this in a car that you've been driving around since the 24th.
I've been driving it on the 24th, and I was driving it between yesterday and today, okay?
Mhm.
I didn't have it in between there because I returned it. Now, I can't tell you what someone else is going to confirm or deny.
And you went to the Anderson Library, the big one,
Yes,
and got on their Facebook today.
yes. I got on there, and I told her, I said, I'm sorry about last night. I said, what the heck happened? I said, because her mom got mad. Her mom came home and got mad, basically ran me off. You know what? I mean, if she doesn't want to be reasonable with me or whatever, I shouldn't have gone back. That was a mistake, but I did. Okay? I had a lapse of judgment in that case. I'm not going to deny that I'm human. I'm not going to deny that I'm imperfect, that I screw up every now and then. Okay? Everyone does.
What else can I help you with? Anything?
I don't know. All I can tell you is that I'm sorry that you don't believe me.
I am too.
I know you don't. I know.
Well, dude, it's, like I said, man, it ain't personal. It's
It's objective because of the way that things look. I get that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I like you thus far, is because you're really reasonably intelligent. I can have somewhat of a decent conversation.
I'm a reasonable guy. Okay.
But,
I don't make things up and go off the hook and everything. But if I come up with an explanation for something because I don't know what happened, it's only the explanation my mind can work on. Okay. And I can't tell you what happened if I don't know what happened if I wasn't there.
In our world, those are always usually called lies.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes people tell the truth and it gets mistaken for a lie. Sometimes people tell a lie and it gets mistaken for the truth.
Yeah, but here's the beautiful thing about evidence. Feel me out. You know why we like evidence so much?
Yes, because forensics and ballistics can tell you what happened when.
Even simpler. It's an even simpler answer.
Why?
People lie. Witnesses lie. Subjects lie. Even victims lie. Evidence doesn't lie.
Sure, witnesses lie. Do you really believe that Michael Brown had his hands up when that cop shot him?
Irrelevant. I'm not here to talk about Michael.
Okay, I'm not either.
I'm here to talk about you killing
I'm not either. I didn't kill
one person and damn near another one.
I didn't shoot anyone.
But here's the beauty of it. Evidence don't lie.
I understand that.
Fingerprints and ledgers don't lie. Your DNA on that whiskey bottle ain't going to be lying. Your DNA in them clothes in that bag isn't going to be lying. The freaking gun traces that I'm going to do and find out where them guns came from doesn't lie. The crap that we're up there finding in your house right now doesn't lie. Evidence can't lie. It is what it is. You put it in front of somebody and say, folks, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is what we found. They get to make a determination whether they believe or whether they disbelieve or whether, what it really means to them. That's why we enjoy evidence. That's why I am so glad you were in that car today.
I understand that. Okay? I do understand.
Bloody car, you in there with not one, not two, but 3 guns. We find a freaking, only one, I'll acknowledge that, we find one spent shell casing. You are caught. Kid, you are caught. If you want, we'll try this again tomorrow after you've been charged, but you're caught.
I'm not interested in keeping on doing this because the things I've told you what the truth is. Okay. I've told you what happened.
Well, I am about, I've lost,
I think we covered everything.
More or less.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't help you.
Well, you could. You could. You choose.
Oh, if I lied, I could. Sure, if I fabricated things, I could help you out all over the place.
If you would just tell me stuff that made sense, but somebody planted my fingerprints.
Well, maybe I'm paranoid, but I don't know.
A little bit.
I can't say whether or not.
Are you, please don't be offended when I ask this. Are you under a doctor's care for psychological issues or anything? Do you take medication?
No, I had a psych eval done on me years ago and I came out perfectly clean.
Very good. That's, again, I didn't want that to come across wrong, but I did ask.
No, I understand.
All right, you can put him back downstairs and
Let me get my keys.
we'll get going. I got a lot of work to do. But good luck to you, partner. And hey, if you change your mind and never want to get right with me, or change your mind about that DNA thing, I'm gonna get one eventually. It's just gonna take a little bit.
So once I've spoken with a public defender, I'll consider it. I'm not going to rule anything out because, frankly, anything that can work in my favor is a good thing.
Hey, if it wasn't you, it would have worked in your favor. But
Hey, have you shot any guns since Christmas Eve?
No. The last time I shot was about a month ago.
not on 4th, but please keep in track. Appreciate it.
Well, John, or Jack, I'm sorry. We gotta go through this advisory
Yes. Yes, we do.
because we had a break in all this, and we'll make sure that everything's good.
We might as well start over. Because what I'm going to tell you is going to make your jaw drop, probably.
Well, hold on a minute.
That's fine.
And like I told you, I do this the same way every time. And I know that you already did it. But read those two lines for me out
The
loud.
right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court.
You have the right to speak to a lawyer for advice where you ask any questions and have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, will be appointed for you before any question if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering questions any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time to speak to the lawyer. You understand all that?
I understand.
Sign that form right there saying you understand your rights.
I also understand.
We already covered that you can read and write and you're homeschooled.
I also understand that saying that I understand means that I stand under the authority of any judge in a court of law.
Okay. I have the Bible says I read this statement of my rights.
And I understand what my rights are. I'm willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I'm doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me.
And we understand what coercion means.
That's right.
What does it mean?
He's being forced or persuaded.
Sign there for me, and you understand that.
All right, are we on audio record?
Yes, sir.
Good. I want a copy of it sent to my family, too. I'm not here for a question and answer session. I'm here to tell you what happened.
Wow.
And before I start, I want to tell you, there is no human being or group of human beings on the face of this planet that could ever instill fear in me. I've had a loaded gun put to my head. I've had my own gun put to my head by someone before, and it didn't put fear in me. But there is one person who I'm afraid of, and that's God. I can't stand before him in Judgment Day to deny something I did. And I don't give a damn about a lawyer, because no lawyer can make it right before God. Let's go back. Let's go back to the night before Christmas Eve. I get a message from her telling me that her stepdad has been beating her, etc. And so immediately I jumped and I told her, I asked her rather, I said, if I could steal a car and come down there right now and get you out of there and get you somewhere safe, I said, would you do it? And she said yes. I can't hold her accountable for that. She's still a minor. So I packed my gear And I put on a rain suit, got on my bike, went over to a little abandoned house that I use as a safe house.
What kind of gear would you pack?
Dry clothes, guns, and I won't lie either. Every single one of those suppressors I built by hand, no lathe. I simply know how they work, therefore I built them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a muffler on a moped, same difference. And I will tell you that it makes full power ammo out of the pistol sound like a staple gun. Okay, no one's going to hear it. And I know that that's a federal crime, 10 years in prison, etc. I understand that. Now, oh good, he can hear this too. Now, once I got packed up and I headed out, and I locked up my bike over at the building I use as a safe house, address, Greenville, South Carolina.
That's your safe house?
That's right. It's a condemned house. I put a new lock on the door. My bicycle and bicycle trailer are there right now.
Your bicycle and your bicycle what?
Trailer.
You got a trailer for your
A
bicycle?
little cart that I took behind it.
What area of town is that in?
That's the same area that Santuck's in.
Okay.
Okay? That's why I said Santuck. It was convenient. I lied. I'm not going to deny that.
So this Chris guy, is he a real guy?
He's fine. He's a nice guy. He's a good Christian. Doesn't do anything he shouldn't. Might have smoked pot in the past, but that's the past.
Okay. Anyway, so you pack your gear, you get
Packed up, went over there. First thing I did, I didn't want to hurt anybody originally. I'm not that kind of guy.
I can see that.
And the first thing I did, I tried to find a car to hotwire. Because to be honest with you, I didn't want to have to hurt anyone, and frankly, I would have rather bring it back when I was done. And unfortunately, my mechanical genius isn't quite to that level. So the next thing I figured was, well, I could hitchhike and then try to commandeer the car. You know, hold him at gunpoint, tell him get out. Still didn't want to hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were rolling along down Fletcher Street, in fact, when I came across him. Had my pack on my back, my rain suit still on, cap on my head. And I asked him if they could take me to I-85. He said, not a chance. Then he changed his mind and said, do you have some gas money? I said, you know, how much do you want? $5. I said, okay, $5.
Who was in the car?
The man and the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know their names, don't really care, but I hope he survives, to be honest with you. I hope that since that day. Let me continue though. And I got in that car, and we started going, and they were as nice as anything. The only thing that I could ever fall to the woman for was the fact she was going to try to sell her food stamp card, and that's really not that serious.
What's she gonna sell it?
I don't know. She was going to try to sell it. That's all she said. She said there was like $26 on it. She was going to try to sell it to someone. It doesn't matter. It's the past. Still not worthy of death, not execution. Not like that. And then the man offered to take me to the Georgia line. Said he had the time to do it. Said he'd do it for $25 in gas money. Reasonable enough.
So when he said this, were you already in the car?
I was in the car. We were going down I-85 at that point.
How much were you going to give him to 85?
To get to 85, $5. To get to the Georgia line, $25. And I gave him the $5. I ended up taking it back later.
You said 25.
$25 to get to the Georgia line.
Mm-hmm.
As we were driving down the road, I got to a point where I was ready to try to commandeer the car. And you know what? I told him I had to take a leak. Asked him to pull over. Classic move. I never suspected it. You know what? In the moment, I presumed the man was armed. As a result, I didn't try to commandeer the car. But I assumed. Okay? I didn't even give him a chance to show a gun. I put one round right in the woman's head. Then I put 3 rounds right in his neck because I was trying to hit the head, but I was trying to shoot too quick because I wanted to get it done. Didn't really want to shoot it. Didn't really want to do it, and I did it. And I threw him out of the damn car. And I went down that side road. I dumped all the shit out of the car. I went and changed the plate.
Where'd you get the tag from?
I don't even remember what car or what address it was. I found a car in a driveway where there wasn't too many lights on. I went over with a screwdriver.
Was it near where you dumped the stuff?
Fairly close, yeah. Yeah. There should be a car, a white SUV of some kind that has that plate on it. I want the owner of that car to know I'm sorry for that too. And I want that man's family and the woman's family to know I'm sorry for what I did and that I can never fix that or repay it.
Well,
anyway, let me continue, please.
Go ahead.
So then I went over to the Love's station down the road on I-85, cleaned up the car a bit because it was messy. Cut the seatbelts out because I couldn't get the blood off them. That's why the seatbelt clips were stuck into the things. I put that so it wouldn't beep while I was driving. Bought some gas, a couple road maps, continued on my way. I raced all the way down to Fitzgerald, Georgia, going about 80 to 90 miles an hour the whole way. And whenever I took a back road, just flicked down to running lights so I could use the markers on the road instead of being seen. I've never done that before. And as I was driving, I can't tell you how bad I felt for having shot someone who, frankly, not only did me no wrong, but actually did me a favor. I got down there. I pulled in at noon, right on the minute, because I purposely timed it with the clock on my GPS. I pulled in, and first thing I did, she came out, I told her to get her stuff and get in the car because we were leaving. I thought that was okay to do because, in South Carolina, it's age 17 you can leave home. Didn't realize in Georgia it's 18. You know, her mom comes out, tells me to get out. I should have just left. Instead, I started up a whole argument with her. She calls the sheriff on me. I argued with him for a while. Tried to tell him what the law was instead of listening to him about it, which was pretty stupid. Anyway, eventually he took down, he should pull his taser on me because I was getting so argumentative. He finally put it away when I finally cooperated. I can't blame him for doing that. I mean, he didn't know that I wasn't going to try to pop him. He didn't know I didn't have a weapon in my hand or anything like that.
Did you think about it?
No, because he's a cop. His dash cam's right there. Would have been on record. And frankly, I already had blood on my hands. I really didn't want more.
Which one of your guns did you use?
Walter P22.
With the suppressor on it then?
With the suppressor on it. The ammunition that I used is not what's in it now. What's in it now is a Gila Super X. Okay, that's copper-plated high velocity. What I used was Winchester Match, 1,125 feet per second. Now, coming out of the pistol, it only travels at 950 feet per second. I've clocked it, because it has to say subsonic to be quiet. I know ballistics inside and out. I've studied them since I was a kid. Never thought I was studying them for that. I thought I was studying them because I was going to be a soldier or a Marine. Anyway, let me continue with what happened. Okay?
Sorry.
That's all right. After I got done with the sheriff down there, and he took down my ID information and stuff, and I told him I'd be back on the 20th, because it should be 18, it'd be legal. Wouldn't be having a problem with the law at that point. Not that I wasn't already. And then I left, and I drove straight back to that safe house, and in the process got myself a speeding ticket for going about 90 miles an hour in 45 zone. My lead foot didn't get to me. I don't have a lead foot. I have a precise foot the same way as if I ride a moped or a motorcycle. Know exactly what I'm doing at all times. My highway patrolling was nice as anything. It's a shame in Georgia they don't realize that a moped license isn't a driver's license. He mistook it. Kind of wish he'd caught me then. Would have made things a little easier.
You didn't notice the tag didn't match?
Look it up. Like I said,
No,
he was trying to be nice, you know. And I don't even remember his name or nothing, but
Yeah.
you know. And then I went on my way. He went on his way. And so like I said, I headed back to the safe house. I put the car away
Where'd you put the car?
in the yard next to the safe house, or behind it. Because that yard, you just pulled down in. I just parked it there, just left it there, locked it up, got my bike, locked up the safe house, went home.
Mm-hmm.
My family thought that I had gone on some kind of rescue op with the militia to save someone from some gangsters or something. That's what I told them. So I lied there too, which doesn't help any. And then spent Christmas celebrating with my family inside, keeping on trying to ask God for forgiveness for killing. I thought I killed both of them at the time, you know. Frankly, I was relieved when I read the paper and saw that the man was alive. That's when I learned their names. I don't even remember the names, but it doesn't matter now. But, you know, Christmas went by, weekend went by. Over the weekend, his mom started making plans to either send her off to Mexico or put her in a psych hospital. That's true, that happened. That's not mine to intervene, and I should have contacted authorities if anything. But once again, got into that mode where you think that you're the outlaw lawman, that you can do whatever you want as long as no one sees you. God sees everything. And so I told her that I'd be down there Tuesday night at midnight. We made a plan for sneaking out and all that. And we accelerated it to Monday night because at that point she was getting distraught and stuff. Mm-hmm. And once again, I let my feelings get the better of my judgment. You never do that. Every time it makes you do something you shouldn't do.
What you just heard is genuinely rare in the context of criminal confessions. Not because he admitted what he did, confessions happen. But because of how he confessed, why he confessed when he did, and what his confession tells us about his psychology. Let me break this down carefully. The theological trigger. Farrell's confession is not triggered by evidence. The evidence was already overwhelming. It's not triggered by the detectives wearing him down. He had resisted far more pressure than what preceded his admission. His confession is triggered by a theological framework. He announces it with, "There is one person who I am afraid of. God. I can't stand before my judgment today and deny something I did. This is not performance." The level of theological detail he goes into, the specifics of confession and repentance, the belief that lying about sin removes the possibility of forgiveness, is consistent with everything we've heard about him throughout this interview. His faith is real. His moral framework is internally consistent. And within that framework, continued lying has become spiritually unbearable in a way that prison simply hasn't. What we're witnessing is a man whose external social controls, fear of prison, fear of legal consequences, were insufficient to compel truth, but whose internal control system, his relationship with God and his concept of personal integrity, ultimately was. This is actually consistent with research on confession. Studies show that for deeply religious individuals, spiritual consequences are often weighted more heavily in decision-making than legal ones. Farrell held out as long as he believed there was a chance of escape. The moment that chance closed, his internal framework kicked in. Now here is where it gets deeply uncomfortable, and I want you to pay attention to this. Farrell's confession is extraordinarily detailed. Ballistic specifications. Suppressor construction down to the PVC spacers and the thread adapter. Exactly how he positioned himself in the back seat. Exactly how he told himself, "Don't think, don't feel," before pulling the trigger. This level of detail serves two psychological functions simultaneously. First, it is genuine catharsis. He has been carrying this alone. The act of narrating it in granular detail is, for him, a form of unburdening. This is consistent with what we see in certain confessing individuals. The detail isn't boastful, it's relieving. But second, and this is the uncomfortable part, the technical detail also serves his identity. Even in confession, even stripped of freedom, Farrell cannot fully relinquish the part of himself that is competent, prepared, and knowledgeable. He explains subsonic ammunition science to homicide detectives. He describes suppressor physics. He talks about fight or flight and frontal lobe blood flow, in textbook terms. He is confessing and demonstrating his intelligence simultaneously. The self he built, the tactician, the scholar, the prepared man, doesn't dissolve just because he's in handcuffs. So what are we actually looking at? Farrell doesn't fit the profile of a predatory killer. He has no history of violence, no sadism, no dehumanization of victims in the traditional sense. He expresses genuine remorse. He hopes the male victim survived. He wants to personally apologize. What we see instead is a constellation that's arguably more dangerous in certain contexts. A hyper-intelligent, socially isolated individual with a grandiose self-concept, an internally authored moral code, poor real-world consequence modeling, and access to a tactical fantasy life that had no external checks on it. The fantasy became a plan. The plan needed a vehicle. The vehicle required a carjacking. And his own internal logic, his assessment that the man might be armed, that he couldn't leave a witness, completed the chain. Psychologists sometimes describe this as tunnel vision homicide, where a fixed goal, reaching the girl, the rescue, creates a cognitive narrowing in which peripheral moral considerations are progressively eliminated. Each step felt justified by the one before it. Build the suppressors, justified for defense. Steal a car, justified to help her. Take the car by force, justified because he might be armed. He never decided to become a killer. He decided over and over to take the next step. And that is perhaps the most chilling psychological lesson in this entire case.
You never lose that edge. And so I went, and yesterday morning, I went over to the safe house, and I got the car ready, had all my gear packed up. You know what? Every single thing you found in that car is mine. Okay? Whiskey bottle, because every now and then I have a drink to help my conscience. Unfortunately, that's the price you pay for doing things that you shouldn't have never thought of doing. Anyway, the reason I packed up all those guns, by the way, you ever find that Bursa Thunder 380?
What's that?
Under the driver's seat. I want him to look there. Now you'll look there, you'll find it. That's my personal defense weapon. I use hollow cavity bullets for a reason. Makes an impact like a 45 12-inch penetration at 10 feet. Tested on ballistic gel and meat. Anyway, so now you know there were 4 guns, not 3. Okay? Had all my stuff locked, cocked, ready to rock as you found. Because frankly, I expected that when I got down, I expected someone to pull a gun on me. Okay? And I expected at that point to go ahead and just whack everybody in there and try not to think about it. You still think about it. You still don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I didn't do it, because then I'd have 3 more bodies on me. 2's too many.
Well, you gonna whack 2?
No.
Oh.
I was trying to get her out. I was trying to rescue her.
Well, you said 3 bodies. That's what I was trying to.
Mother, stepfather, and older brother.
Okay.
The 3 adults. The 3 people who would actually be a threat to me if I tried to do an extraction. Okay? In terms of pulling somebody out, it's called a wet extraction because it's bloody. Alright? Now, here's the thing. I went down there, tried to do the sneaking out thing because I really didn't want to have to shoot anybody. Her mom shows up. My guess is somebody inside the house probably figured out I was there, called her mom because she works at the detention center. Her mom came over. Her mom ran me out. You know, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Because I was already in a hell of a mess. And so I ran out, and I ran straight through to the South Carolina line between 90 and 100, lights out the whole way. On farm roads. Okay, it's a miracle I didn't have an accident. Anyway, maybe God didn't want me to have an accident because he wanted me to tell the truth. I don't know. I continued on, came up into South Carolina, up in Anderson County. Reason being, I figured, okay, Ryan's, that's what we call Jeffrey because he goes by his middle name.
Mhm.
He's probably the one person that I can rely on to help me out because he's an honest person.
Mhm.
And he's as honest as they come. And I have a lot of respect for that. I owe him an apology for calling him a liar, too. I want him to know that. I want Chris to know that I apologize to him for calling him a liar and calling him a crook. He's anything but. Anyway, so I came to Ryan's house. I got there about 4:30 in the morning.
This morning?
That's right. And I parked out in the driveway and I waited because I didn't want to go wake him up or anything. I didn't want to be rude.
Where were you at yesterday?
Yesterday?
That's when you went to Georgia and came back, right?
That's right.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's a lot to keep straight.
You're right.
You don't normally get someone who just simply wants to tell. But I'm done hiding. I'm done running. You can't run. You can run from man, not from God. Now, I'm not going to hell. A murderer won't be in hell. The Lord says if you confess and repent, he's faithful just to forgive. That's what I'm doing now. I'll continue though. So after I went over to Ryan's and talked to him and showed him what hardware I had with me and stuff, I went over to the library because I wanted to make contact, try to find out what was going on, etc.
What library was that?
That was the Anderson Library,
Okay.
the big one.
Okay.
Now I went in there, got on Facebook Messenger, never waited for a reply, left, went to get something to eat. When I went back over to the road in front of Ryan's place, I was indeed trying to rest because I'd been up driving all night. And I was exhausted.
What'd you eat at?
I went over to one of the, I think it was the BP station, and got some peanuts and an energy drink. I didn't even get much to eat. Didn't have time for it. There's never a time once you did something you're not supposed to do when you're running. Anyway, sheriff came along. And I look at it this way. The sheriff's being decent to me. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm not going to disrespect him. That's why I was as cooperative as I was. Because frankly, I'm not a criminal at heart and I didn't want to be one. I didn't want to be a killer. The only people I ever wanted dead were child molesters and stuff like that. Okay, because of what they do. Drug dealers. Because of what they do, they ruin lives. Okay, 2 people, from what I read in the paper, the one guy's an out-of-work electrician. My gosh, he's already got it bad enough.
What about the 380 shell casing in the car?
There's a 380 shell case in the car? Don't know because I didn't fire 380. I fired 4 rounds out of the 22.
You sure you found 4
Yeah.
3 out of 22?
Yeah, 4 rounds. 1 to the woman's head, 3 to the man's neck. What color is the shell casing, brass or silver?
To be honest with you, I didn't physically see it.
Okay, if it's brass, it's not mine. My bolts are nickel alloy, 50 grain hollow cavity.
The shell casing would be silver?
Shell casing is nickel-plated steel. Tougher than brass. Takes a higher pressure, higher velocity.
When you cleaned out the car, did you clean out any of the shell casing?
Cleaned out 2 shell casings from 22s. Sitting on top of my chest of drawers at home. You'll find, I'm sure they found 2 empty shell casings. That's them.
It's a house.
That's right. You got your shell casings.
Yeah.
Okay, if you've got 1 out of the car, it means that there's probably 1 still in the car somewhere.
Well, what made you take her out first?
She was more convenient physically. Driver's sitting here directly in front of me, headrests in between. I'm sitting in the left passenger seat. Passenger's here. The first thing you do is you take aim. The first thing you do is tell yourself, don't think about it, don't feel. Because you can't do it if you think, because you know what's wrong. And you take aim, Perfect aim, boom. One in the head with her. She slumps over. Before the man can react, I scoot over quick. Boom. I missed. I hit his neck. And the problem was, I twitched basically. I got rushed. So I hit twice more in the neck instead of once in the head, which is what I was trying to do once I had hit him.
Mm.
But I never wanted to shoot him.
How'd you get him out of the car?
I rolled him out, just pulled him. I got out of the car, I opened their doors, under the seatbelt, pulled them out.
How did you pull her out? Did you pull her out by her feet or by her shoulders or what?
Grabbed her arm, yanked her out, same with the man.
Did you ever pull her by her feet?
No, just the arm, just grabbed her left arm and rolled her right over.
Mm-hmm.
She just fell. Wherever position she was in is where she fell after I dumped her out. And same thing with the man.
The EBT card, how do you know she was trying to sell one?
She said it.
Was she texting, calling people, telling you she was trying to sell it, or did she offer you to buy it? Or?
No, she just commented that she was going down to try to sell the EBT card to someone.
Okay.
I guess she figured that
Did you?
I wouldn't care or whatever. To be honest, I didn't care because it's really not a big deal.
It's not. I mean, it just plays into other things that I know as far as that card. Did you actually see that card?
No, I never saw it because I didn't go through their pockets or anything like that.
Okay.
The only reason why I had the man's stuff from his wallet, because his wallet was in the console. Once I rolled them out, I got it and left. I didn't want to be there when someone saw him.
Do you have anything of theirs still?
My assumption would be that I have his the contents of his wallet. I threw his wallet himself out. I was going to destroy the contents, but
Where's that at?
center main drawer of my desk in my room at home, over on the left front side.
Mm-hmm. And that's in your room?
All of their clothes and everything that was in the car, because they had a bunch of stuff in the car,
Yeah.
dumped on the side of the road, on that little back road. And there's some more stuff that I dumped inside the safe house later on that had been in the trunk. That's what happened. For 2 days after that, I prayed for that man to survive. Because once I realized that I'd hit him in the neck, I realized he might survive. And I kept praying. And I kept praying for forgiveness. And the thing is, the Lord can't give forgiveness if you don't tell the truth. If you lie about it, you're going to hell.
Were you going to tell Ryan about it this morning?
I wasn't going to, and I couldn't.
Because it's been eating you up inside.
It does. You kill someone who didn't try to hurt you first, and it does.
I figured that's why you were at Ryan's this morning. You needed an outlet.
Yeah.
Well, what made you shoot him rather than just take the car out and go for him?
Because I thought he might have a weapon, and I assumed, like I said.
Yeah.
And in my head for the moment, okay, here's the thing. When you get what's called a fight or flight reflex, the blood flow to your frontal lobe of your brain cuts off, which means it takes out your ability to make rational decisions about consequences in the future. Okay? That's basic psychology right there. And that's exactly what happened. Okay? Because in that moment, you don't really think about it. Okay? You don't really keep a level head necessarily if you're not used to commandeering vehicles and stuff like that. I mean, that's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah.
And so I just said to myself, I said, you know what? I said, I can't take the risk that he's got a gun. And you know what? I wish I had just pointed the gun and told him to get out and taken that chance, because he'd still be okay and she'd still be okay. And
Yeah.
I wish I'd never done any of it, frankly.
Me and you both. Well, when you went to the safe house first, and how did you flag them down when they were riding by? Were they on Fletcher Street? Were they on?
They were on Fletcher Street. They were driving slowly down the road. I had my rain suit and my cap on. That's that black rain suit. And I had the big army pack that I've got in my room at home. That's what I had all my stuff in it.
Yeah.
And I was just walking along, and I just kind of waved and waved to them, and I asked them if they could give me a ride and stuff. That's where it started.
When you got down to the interstate and you shot her, was the window down or was it up, or do you remember?
I don't even remember now. Might have been partway down, I'm not sure. I think I remember putting it up.
The clothes you had on that morning, where are they?
Clothes I had on. I was wearing a pair of mossy oak camo cargo pants. They're at home. And the gray thermal shirt that I was wearing today underneath this shirt earlier, had that on.
Did you wash any of that stuff?
Yeah. I wash everything after every wearing. It's all been washed.
At the house or washerette or?
Yeah, the house. So I use detergent and then I use stain remover too. Anything in it comes out.
Did you have any blood stains on your clothes?
There was a little blood on the sleeve of that thermal shirt. It ain't there anymore.
What about your finger?
Finger? That happened on a bicycle. I told the truth about that.
Okay.
That's coincidental, so to speak.
Well, if we're being honest, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
But it goes a long way that you're being truthful, honest, and remorseful with us. It really does.
I can't make right what I did, but I can apologize to people. The thing is, I can give them the truth.
Right.
They can know what happened. And the thing is that people deserve to know the truth, okay? The anonymous organization, I joined them for a reason. It's because I believe in truth, I believe in absolute justice, I believe in balance, okay? I believe in cops who aren't corrupt, who don't take bribes. I believe in people who obey the law, who work a job. I believe in keeping drug dealers and stuff off the streets, okay? And then I go out there and I put bullets into people who I don't know a thing about. I have no cause to even hurt them.
Did they say anything?
As far as what? Other than just friendly general conversation and whatnot?
When you shot her, did he say anything?
I shot him before he could say anything. I'm not slow with a gun.
How often do you practice with a gun?
Usually about every 2 weeks. Go in the woods, set up a tactical range, targets, tin cans, whatever, and practice taking out as many targets as I can as quickly as I can. With a suppressor takes some accuracy off your pistol. With a suppressed pistol using the laser on it from the hip, I can accurately take a headshot at 30 yards. Okay? I trained for it. I didn't want to have to do it. That's the problem. You train for it, you train for it, you train for it, and you start losing your grip between the difference in training and reality. You start forgetting the difference between defense and offense. Our guns were all bought for defensive purposes, and what do? I go and shoot two people who didn't try to hurt me. I'm not against guns. I think everyone should have guns. I wish the man had a gun. I wish he'd pulled it on me and dealt with me. Because then he'd be alive and I wouldn't be.
How long have you had those guns?
Well, let's see. The Ruger 2245 Light, that's the other pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought that one almost half a year ago at the Personal Defense Outfitter in Travelers Rest while they were still open. The Walter P22 I bought about maybe a month ago at SEM Gunworks in Travelers Rest. The Ruger 1022, the Tacstar one that was in the trunk, I bought that baby a couple of months ago at PDO as well. My Ruger American Rifle 30-06, same place. My Pump Action 22, the Rossi, that one I bought over at Sam's Gun and Pawn in TR. The Bursa Thunder 380, Sam's Gun and Pawn in TR. That one was my most recent one.
And the versa's under the seat? I mean, how is it under the,
Yeah.
is it just laying on the floorboard, or is it?
I just tucked it under the seat where I can reach under and reach it, but nobody would really see it. You can reach under and get it. The safety's still on and everything. It's loaded and it's chambered, but it's not cocked or anything. The safety's on.
Well, these silencers that you make, where do you get the parts for them at? Do you make them? Do you buy them online? Or?
Fabricate parts from different things. The tube and the end cap and the retaining spring for the baffle core come from a Maglite flashlight.
Uh-huh.
The end baffle, the rubber one, the rubber washer, I bore it out, cut it down to the right diameter outside. All the baffles are steel washers with a 1/4-inch hole, so the bullet passes cleanly through. Spacers are made out of 1-inch bore PVC pipe cut to the right length. Sometimes I drill holes to increase the volume in the baffling chamber. The thread adapter is actually a solvent trap thread adapter that I then machine down a bit with, well, not really machine, but hand tool with files and whatnot, until it fits inside that tube. I press fit it in with a pipe clamp. And once everything's together, it creates a user serviceable can that I can wash out with any solvent I want. I can put wire pulling gel in it to make it quieter. I can fire it dry if I don't want it known that I used a can, which is what I did in this case. Now, I'm not going to defend making the suppressors and using them because that's a federal offense, but I'm going to say that I disagree with the ATF's regulation of them and taxation on them, because the right to bear arms shall not be infringed, and we got too many infringements. The problem is, because of the infringements, folks like those folks in the car end up without a gun when someone like me decides to go and do something like that.
Well, how far away was the gun when you shot her?
Oh, I'd say about a foot or less.
Okay.
I didn't take any chances.
Is that with the suppressor or without it?
Yeah, with the suppressor. End of the suppressor to the head, between 10 and 12-inch range. Didn't even have the laser on because I didn't need it.
Right.
I never should have even offered to go down there in the first place and intervene. It wasn't my place, and that's where everything started. I shouldn't have built the suppressors, yes, but
The suppressor's at least to get working.
exactly. The point is what I did with them.
Yeah.
It's not having them as much as what I did with them. I mean,
Right. Well, the shell casings. You found the 2 shell casings at the Love's Quick Stop.
yeah,
Why did you save those?
because I wanted to throw them out in a place where they wouldn't be found.
So why did you take them home?
I don't know. Figured that I could hang on to them until I could take them somewhere where they wouldn't be looked for. Dumpster at a convenience store, whatever.
Mm-hmm. What about the man's ID and not ID, but the stuff out of his wallet, you said?
Yeah, there's his driver's license, birth certificate, social security card, all that stuff.
And that's in your desk drawer.
Yeah, I took that because I was going to destroy it. You can't just throw that stuff out.
Couldn't bring yourself to do it?
Part of me hung on to it. In fact, in my desk drawer too, printouts of the news articles about the shooting, because I wanted to track it. I wanted to see if he survived.
Mm-hmm.
I kept saying to myself,
So you had printouts of the news articles?
yeah,
Where are they at?
same place in the desk drawer. I kept saying to myself, if he survives, it halfway justifies it. It doesn't justify anything. Nothing justifies it. You know, the sergeant was right. The truth sets you free. Because the fact of the matter is, I don't have to live with guilt because I told the truth.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt for a while. But eventually I'll be able to forgive myself because I told the truth. And eventually I'll be able to come to terms with the fact that, yes, I fucked up. But at the same time, I told the truth about it. And I know that's what God demands of me. I know I can stand before Him now when judgment comes, and I can say, yeah, Lord, I killed that woman, I shot that man and almost killed him. And I was dead wrong for it. That's a sin. It's as bad as it comes. And the only thing that's going to ever wash it away is the blood of Christ. There's nothing else.
You're right. I believe you're on the right track.
And the only thing I ever feared in my life was hell. And that's still the only thing I fear. Because man can kill your body. He can't kill your soul. But you do something like that and you don't get right with the Lord, you're going to hell. And that's one thing I do not want.
Where's the tag that you took off the car? Where's that now?
Alright. Changed the plate a few times. Well, twice, I think it was. First time was on that little side road.
Where you dumped stuff?
That's right.
Alright.
Like I said, it was a white SUV. Just down the road from where I dumped the stuff. And basically what I did is I took the plate off that car, swapped it with the plate on the SUV, put the SUV's plate on that car. So that SUV's running around with that car's plate on it right now. And the owner probably doesn't realize it. Because most
You're probably right, I wouldn't notice it.
Because most people don't look at their plates every morning before they go to work.
So you put the Hyundai's car on the SUV.
That's right. The second time that I switched the plate was yesterday morning.
And this was the morning right after all this happened, right?
That's
you
right.
Stuff, you got the tag, you swapped them.
That's right. And yesterday morning I went and
Just open just a little bit. It's warm in this room.
I appreciate that.
I think this is the only room in the office that's got any heat.
Now yesterday morning, like I said, I decided that before I made a run down to Georgia, I'd better switch the plate just in case someone was onto that trail. Make the trail go a little colder. Well, doesn't matter if the plate doesn't match the car. And the thing is, you're always running the risk of getting pulled over or whatever at some point, even if you ain't violating traffic. And that's the risk I took and bit it.
Let me ask you a question.
I got burned, so to speak.
There's a wallet in your trash.
That's the man's wallet.
That's the man's wallet.
That's the man's wallet.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
That's the man's wallet.
He was in the tag.
No, I missed the tag part.
Up where he dumped the stuff.
Huh?
There's a white SUV on the same road.
It's, if you go further along that road, go to the very next right road, and the first house on the right, there's a white SUV there. That's
He
where.
took the tag off the SUV, put the Hyundai's tag on the SUV, swap. So that car's running around with that tag on the
No, one
Hyundai.
doesn't even realize it probably.
Yeah,
Because how often you look at your tag.
I know a police officer would run that plate because it's not that Hyundai. That's why I did that.
Yeah.
Stupid move. Stupid move in the first place to even think I could go taking the law in my own hands.
You know, all that, everything comes out of the wash. You know, it was eventually going to come out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go into a hypothetical for a second. Let's say that I didn't get caught today. Let's say that I made the run back to that safe house, parked the car, changed the plate again even. Well, guess what? Unless I took the car someplace and blew the living hell out of it, there'd still be my fingerprints in it. It'd still be there at my safe house.
You may not get caught next week or the week after. We eventually
Things eventually come around.
The man can survive and tell us who done it.
I hope he does survive. One of these days I owe him a personal apology. And I owe his family a personal apology too. Because they need me to tell them to their face that I was absolutely wrong. That's the only way that it's ever going to be any bit right. That things are ever going to get any bit towards right.
Well, you took the right action today. Today we're on the right path.
You're on the right
No.
highway now.
I know. And it took a lot for me to get to that point. Because I'm stubborn.
You're right.
I could see it when we were talking to you earlier. When I told you it's eating you inside.
If I think that there is a 1% chance out of 99 that I will be able to pull through something and lay it on someone else, I start trying to do it because I think I can outsmart God. You can't outsmart God. You can outsmart the law. You can outsmart mankind. You can't outsmart God. And the thing is that all power and authority that exists was ordained by God.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around that. I may not like the federal government, the politicians we have. They're there for one reason. God let them be there.
You thought about what he had planned for you? I mean,
he's going to show me that when he sees it's ready.
right? I mean,
It's not there yet. It's not there yet.
So it could have some greater good for you.
One of these days, I hope that I get out of prison one day, because one of these days, I want to teach people the reason why you never silence your conscience for even a second, why you never touch a drop of alcohol, why you never do anything that can shut that down, because that's what I did for 1 second. I silenced my conscience.
What a better place to teach than in prison to people
Yeah.
that really need to hear that.
Yeah. Yep. And I owe an apology to every one of my friends in that militia, because it's a constitutional militia. It's perfectly legitimate. And I've betrayed them. Every last one of them.
We need to concentrate on you. Get you where you need to be.
Yep.
You said something earlier about $5. Did you revisit that?
Yeah,
$5 was the initial gas money I gave him to take me to I-85.
Okay.
He put that in the ashtray area of the car. So when I took the car, it was still there, so I took it back.
Did you ever give him the 25 to go to Jordan?
Nope. Told him I would, never did. I had it, but
So just to clarify, it was 5 to the interstate,
Yep.
and another 25.
Yep.
So 30 total,
Yep.
or 25 total.
30 total.
Okay.
Did you take any of their money? Did they have any money in their possession?
If they did, it must have been on them, because I didn't bother with the bodies. I wanted to get out of there as fast as I could.
You talked about borrowing money from Grandma. When did you do that?
I did that over the weekend because I needed gas money for the trip on Monday.
Okay.
It was $100 that I borrowed. And I lied to them too, because I told them that I was going to be working with law enforcement to deal with the situation, and instead I was taking matters in my own hands.
Do they believe that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Because the thing is, they trust me. Because I haven't lied to them in the past about things.
Have you gone in and rescued people held by gangs?
No.
Okay.
No. No. The only thing I've ever done is planned things or organized things. I've sat behind the scenes when things happen. I've never actually been an active member of it. And that's probably why I didn't know the right way to do it. Probably why I didn't know the right way to deal with this. You know, it's simple. I wanted out of there. All I would have had to do was tell her, look, wait till you're 18 years old, because she turns 18 on January 19th. That's not that long. Wouldn't have been hard to wait till the 20th. I could have said, look, I'll get a friend to drive me down there, and we'll help pick you up and your stuff and whatnot. Because then it would have been perfectly legitimate.
Where is your gun range at that you use? In the woods you set up the tactical assaults and stuff?
There's what's it called? There's a place in Greenville. You'll have to Google it. It's called, I think, the Life Restoration Center or something like that. It's a church. There's a patch of woods out near it. Big patch of woods, lots of dips and streams and stuff like that. I usually set up out there because no one ever goes out there.
Life restoration.
Yeah, it's a church facility or something like that.
Do you know what highway it's on?
No,
Is it near the safe house or is it near?
no.
I mean,
All right, so take Blue Ridge from Cherrydale, heading toward Parker. Run it all the way out to the end of the road. Make a left, and that church place is on your right. That's how you get to it.
And you go down there and shoot often, and nobody comes down there and.
Suppressed, no one hears it.
No.
Like I said, it sounds like a staple gun with full power. You use the subsonics for target practice. Sounds like a BB gun or like a belt crack, and it doesn't sound like anything.
How long does it take you to make one of those?
2-3 days at most, if I have nothing else going on in my workshop.
Well, have you ever made any other stuff?
Suppressors.
Just suppressors.
The only thing I was interested in was being able to shoot quietly.
How did you meet her?
Met her online through the anonymous movement.
The anonymous movement?
Yeah. The whole anti-corruption movement.
Mm-hmm. You guys just started chatting back and forth.
Yeah.
Is this past Christmas Eve the first time you saw her?
Yeah.
In person?
Yeah.
How long have y'all been chatting back and forth?
4 or 5 months maybe.
Did you tell her what you done?
No, I couldn't bring myself to tell her. I told her I stole the car. I never told her that I whacked the 2 people to get it. I couldn't bring myself to tell her.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd be able to forgive me for
That's a big pill to swallow.
it. Yeah, it is.
So. Anything?
Have you ever stolen a car before?
No.
Is there anything else that we need to know where it's at?
Yeah, there's one more thing.
What is that?
Remember when I mentioned Chris's motorcycle getting stolen?
Mm-hmm.
I took it, stripped it down, ground the VIN number off the neck. It has no VIN number or anything. It's sitting in my garage at home. I started rebuilding it as a cafe racer. It was almost finished too. I was working on the wiring system. All I had left was a gas tank and seat. Plan was to register it as a new creation since I've ground the VIN off.
What kind of motorcycle was it originally?
Suzuki DR650 SE, 2008.
Suzuki DR
650 SE.
SC?
SE.
SE.
It's a dual sport bike designed to go off-road.
And you ground the VIN off?
Yeah.
Or is the VIN out on the frame on that?
It's on the neck of the bike usually.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a Dremel tool and a grinding wheel, go over it, sand it a little, paint it over.
What did you tell your grandparents and mom it was? Or did they ever see it?
Well, they know it's there. I told them that it was a salvage that I bought for $1,700.
Well, when did you take the motorcycle?
That was a few months ago. Chris could probably tell you the exact date better than I could because I didn't keep track of that. He probably kept track of when it was stolen.
Did he file a report?
No, because it was in his ex-girlfriend's name. And it technically belongs to Power Sports of Greenville because she had never finished paying it off.
What's her name?
Her name? Nicole something. I don't know what her last name is.
But he never filed a report?
No, because he figured it wasn't his legally, so he didn't see a need to.
Did she?
I don't know. She might have. License plate from it is still sitting on my workbench down in my workshop in the basement.
How did you help yourself to that?
He left the key in the ignition when he put it in the yard. He always leaves the key in the ignition to his truck too.
You ever borrow his truck before?
No, his truck's a piece of crap. Can't even get the thing above 50 miles an hour.
What all are we going to find in the safe house?
Safe house, you're going to find a bicycle, its trailer, and piles of junk.
Anything like guns stacked away or
No,
no booby traps or anything like that?
no booby traps. Never set them up because I was planning to actually live there. I was planning to basically move off grid. Burn my straw man, so to speak.
Yeah.
Declare myself dead.
Well, how many cars did you shoot up on Fletcher?
Huh?
Did you shoot up any cars on Fletcher?
No. I didn't shoot any cars. I didn't need to.
I mean, just
Oh, you're talking about the 2 cars that were parked in the yard in front of that place before? Yeah, those 2 cars, I popped out the tires and the windshields.
what?
I don't know.
Just
I got pissed off for no reason. Lapse of judgment. In fact, I had a suppressor so no one would really hear it. It kind of takes the accountability out of things. Next thing you know, 10 rounds are in 2 cars. Stupid idea. Same gun, same type of ammo too.
you remember what kind of cars they were?
One black, one white, that's all I know.
Like sedans or
Sedans.
SUVs or
They're sedans. Luxury type sedans.
luxury cars on Fletcher Street?
Yeah, they were nice looking cars.
Is there a lot of houses on Fletcher?
There's a lot of houses, about half of them are either abandoned or condemned.
Well,
There's a lot of condemned houses, a lot of burnt out houses in that area. That's why I picked the area for a safe house, because no one would ever look.
no, I've been up and down just about every street in Greenville on that side of town and off of Fletcher Street.
It's there.
I believe you. I mean,
Yeah.
I ain't.
It's one that doesn't really stand out, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have an eye for stuff like that for some reason.
Well, when you're in that side of town, have you ever heard of a man named Freddy Krueger and
No?
any other?
What about an old guy named Roy?
Really? No.
Okay.
I don't really know a lot of the people around there. That's another reason why I picked the neighborhood for a safe house. No one knows me. People around there generally kind of keep to themselves.
Nobody ever broke in the safe house while you weren't there. I mean, it's an abandoned house.
I put a new lock and deadbolt on the door. It's kind of hard for them to break in without picking that. Otherwise, I would have noticed.
Knock a window out or anything like that.
And there's nothing there that's going to hurt any of my guys. I know it's a safe house. I mean, I don't.
Take every precaution. There's nothing there, though. I'm not going to tell you not to take precautions because that'd be wrong with me. But there's nothing there that's going to hurt anybody.
Nothing that you put there.
Nothing I put there. Structure's unsafe. You got ceilings that are ready to fall down.
Yeah.
But I had booby trapped the place because I didn't think I needed to.
Okay.
If the ceiling's not going to fall down, how are you going to live there?
Rip out the ceiling and
You
redo it.
know, just redo it all.
Oh yeah, I knocked down a couple internal walls because I was going to rebuild them.
You're a pretty handy guy to have around.
Yeah, it would have been better if I put that to a better use.
So what's the tarp for in the car?
Tarp was for in case I had to make camp anywhere, camouflage it out. If I have to make camp somewhere in a random patch of woods, you don't exactly want to be seen.
How have you hide the car?
Put the tarp over the car. Tarp's, I think, 10 by 20 feet. It'll fit over the car, and then I just would sleep inside the car if I had to.
So you really thought all this out. And
No, my mind just works constantly. It just comes up with stuff. And the thing is, if I put it the right way, it'd be useful.
you're right.
The problem is when I don't put it the right way. It's been a problem since I was a kid because I just keep coming up with things that are stupid ideas or bad ideas and end up doing them.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm impressed with silencers. You know, most of the time people I know are...
They're an exact copy off the can that Hiram Maxim built in 1909.
You know, most people just put a soda bottle on the thing. And,
You Google suppressor, you go on Wikipedia, find diagrams, and the next thing you know, you find out the history of it. Go back to the original design because you figure if it worked, why reinvent the wheel? Then you copy the basic design of it, maybe assemble it a little different way. It works just fine.
How did you keep the washers from collapsing inside the
Oh, like I said, the washer's made out of steel. Then you got a PVC pipe for the spacer that seats against. So basically what you do, you assemble your baffle stack. You take your tube with the thread adapter permanently fitted in the one end, put that over, flip it, and you take a tube or a dowel in there to line everything up just right, and let that drop out. Put in your cap with that retaining spring, screw it in. Then you just look through it to make sure it's good and clear. You've got to fire a couple rounds through it into a target to get rid of the first round pop, to create an artificial atmosphere in it. Once that's done, once it's smoked, it's good and quiet. It's all basic ballistic physics. It's all stuff that an idle mind studies and ends up using the wrong way. If that mind isn't focused in the right way, and the problem is when you're just sitting around absorbing information, you don't focus. You come back to the fact of why I choose a .22 for a weapon, whether it's defense or offense. Still prefer it. Is because there are over 3 trillion rounds of .22 LR produced in America every single year. It's virtually untraceable. If I had no fingerprints on shell casings or anything like that, and I leave no weapon at a scene and no one sees me, it wouldn't be tracked. The same thing went for home defense. If someone broke in my house and I should know with a suppressed weapon, I don't have to call the cops. That was the idea originally.
But you sat there and said that you're not wanting to use the guns or the silencers and all for that kind of movement and
Exactly.
that kind of stuff, but why are you worried about being tracked? And you said you ought using.
I don't know. Like I said, an idle mind starts turning things over it shouldn't.
Huh?
An idle mind starts turning things over that it shouldn't. I really can't explain that. That's why you're not supposed to let your mind just wander. Start thinking about things you shouldn't.
Well, you ain't got to worry about stuff being tracked back to you if you ain't doing bad stuff with this stuff.
Exactly. But every now and then you see so many movies about assassins and whatnot. You read so many novels and all this stuff, and you start forgetting the difference between reality and fantasy. You start forgetting the difference between what the CIA actually does versus what a civilian can do. You know, I'm not going to lie, the CIA has people killed every day of the week. They do it for a reason, though. Okay? People who are traitors, give away secrets, I understand that. I don't necessarily agree with the method, but I understand it. But the thing is, an individual citizen, the only thing I need a gun for is to either hunt or defend myself. Shouldn't be walking around thinking about, well, how would I take this person out, etc. I mean, the only thing I need to think about taking out is someone who actually pulled a weapon on me. It'd have been better if it stayed that way in my mind. But you start seeing a gun as a tool for power, especially when it has a suppressor. Fear of death convinces most people to cooperate. Fear of death without a witness convinces almost everyone. And then, of course, the problem comes in when you have your face unmasked. If you don't have a ski mask or something like that on, well, how can you leave a witness? And it's a slippery slope. You don't ever go down it. You don't ever let yourself go an inch toward it.
That's why you have the hood thing in the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to wear that balaclava under my motorcycle helmet when I rode mopeds and stuff to keep my head cool because it's a heat gear thing. And then I discovered it hit my face, and that's the problem with it. I don't mind.
Now that rain suit, you said you had the rain suit on when you got in the car with the guy.
Yeah.
And you was wearing that rain suit when you shot him? Or do you take it?
Yeah, I was wearing it.
So you was wearing it on top of your other clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom bought me that rain suit for when I was riding my moped to work.
And where's the rain suit now?
It was in the trunk of the car. That's the black.
I haven't
pants.
seen the contents.
Okay, it's a black pants and jacket. Good and waterproof.
Yeah, it looked like a nice rain suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got any questions for us?
No.
Anything we can do to help you? Water? Food?
I'll get some water in a few minutes when I go back down there. Probably need some food too because I'm getting hungry. But the one thing that I hope is that the judge and the jury understand that frankly the only reason I don't want the death penalty is I deserve the death penalty for what I did. I'm not going to lie about that. The one reason I don't want it is because I want an opportunity to teach others where that line is that you never cross. And I would like an opportunity one day if I ever get out of jail to make a good ending to my life.
What do you mean by that?
Do something good with my life. Actually have my own business, something like that. That's what I wanted all along. My reason I took the bicycle assembly job at Walmart was because I wanted to open my own bike shop. It's not going to happen now. Heck, just last week, I went and saw a guy in real estate about possibly renting a little garage somewhere to turn into a little shop, just so I could do that. I was getting it all set up. And then I go and do this.
A bicycle shop?
Yeah,
Or like,
bicycle repairs, selling parts, whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of audience are you going to target?
Start with the local neighborhood and branch out, basically.
Kind of like professional, not professional, but like, bicycle enthusiast that, does the...
Anything from that down to the same kind of kids and whatnot that shop at Walmart. Doesn't matter to me who buys my bikes.
Right.
I just like working on them. And I should have let that be enough. I enjoyed what I did.
Well, have you had any other girlfriends other than the one you met online?
I had one before. It turned out to be a real heck of a head case.
So why did you fall so head over heels for this girl?
I don't know. Maybe because she actually reciprocated. My ex didn't exactly reciprocate anything. My ex was as cold as they came.
Yeah.
In fact, she was the kind of person who takes psychotropic drugs recreationally and stuff.
So this girl shares your same beliefs and
Yeah,
thoughts and whatnot?
same beliefs, same thoughts, same political stances as far as justice and everything.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to help because she's been abused while she's a child. I was trying to help her to see that her heart could heal. I was trying to do a good thing. And in the process of trying to do a good thing, I ended up taking 2 people out. What's that say for me?
You had a hiccup.
That's not a hiccup. It's a lot more than that. That woman's dead.
Uh-huh.
She died from 1 shot. Okay? I know because I counted shots. I always count shots when I train. That's how I know when I'm out of ammo and I know to reload.
Now, you know you shot him 3 times.
Yeah. I recovered the 2 shell casings I recovered. I don't know what shots they came from, but I recovered them. One from the seat and one from the floor in the back of the car. I'm not sure where the shell casing that you guys recovered came from, but there should be one more 22 LR shell casing somewhere in that car.
But you know you hit him 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, I can count for 2. Where's the other one?
You can only count 2?
Mhm.
Then I counted shots wrong. That means I loaded 9 rounds in my gun and not
Well,
10.
you don't understand. 22 makes a very small hole.
Yes, it does, unless I hit in the same place twice, which is possible at that range. I may have counted correctly. I may have literally hit the same place twice. That'd be why he was bleeding out so fast. Because I know I hit probably either his jugular or his carotid. I saw the blood coming out of the side of his head, and I'm like, oh shit. I mean, that's the thing. The moment that I shot them, I'm just like, what the hell have I done?
Well, when you had that confrontation with that officer in Georgia, this was just right after you
Yeah,
shot 2 people.
yeah,
Killed 1 shot in the
yeah.
Did you ever think about taking any kind of aggressive action towards him?
No. I thought about it when he was driving up because I didn't know how I was going to park.
Thought about what?
Thought about taking him out and then running for it. The problem is his dash cam was watching our interaction, and I mean, with his attitude, it was pretty tempting, I'm going to admit.
Mm-hmm.
But I said to myself, you know what? I said, I don't need any more on my hands. I've already done bad enough.
What about that officer today?
The officer today was nice to say anything to me. I had no reason to even think about it.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah, he is. Frankly, he deserves a commendation for the way he handled me.
He's a real good man.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect, first of all, I didn't expect him to even ask for my license. When he did ask, I handed it over because I really didn't think it was going to be a big issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've handed a moped license to a Georgia guy before, and he mistook it for a driver's license. So I didn't think about the fact that this was South Carolina and that there's a difference here. And then I didn't expect him to run the registration on the car, but he did. And the thing is, for some reason, even when he had my ID, okay, for a moment, when he parked behind me, I thought about making a run for it even though he had my license. Because I said to myself, I said, you know what? I said, if I can navigate the roads fast enough, I can basically get lost, and then I can go on foot. I said, I can blow up the car, have myself declared legally dead. Then I'm no longer on someone's list to track anymore.
How did you blow up the car?
I don't know, anything. Heck, take a propane tank from a grill, stick it in there, open it up, throw a match, and run.
Okay.
Who knows? You improvise.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You don't really think about that stuff. Forget even blowing it up. Go to the gas station, buy a gallon of kerosene, douse the inside of the car, throw a match in, and walk away. It still burns every bit of fingerprints and DNA in it. I mean, if you use an accelerant like that, it's going to take out everything that can trace it back to you. He's got my license at that point. I said, but hey, if I'm legally dead, I'll change my appearance, go find someone who can make me a new birth certificate, etc., under a different name, resurface in some other state, some other city. I mean, at that point, I was basically ready to do anything to get away. And the thing is, you can't run away from yourself. You can't run away from God. That's the only reason why I sucked it up. And the thing is, once he parked me into that driveway, I knew it was done. Okay? I knew he was going to get the VIN number. I knew he was going to trace that back to the case. I knew that he was going to go ahead and put me in cuffs and all that. Frankly, I expected him to be a lot rougher about it. That's why I was so nice about it, because I really didn't want an altercation with a cop. I'd had enough on my conscience already. I just wanted to get it done. You know?
I'm glad you didn't, because he's a good man.
Yeah, he is. And frankly, all the cops that dealt with me today are good guys. None of them were unreasonable with me or anything like that. And that's the thing.
We try not to be.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's like I tell people, don't bash police, because about 80% of police fit the uniform fine. It's the 20% that are either too rough or corrupt that give you a bad name. Now, those 20% are hard to deal with because they're hard to figure out in the first place.
So why did you sit right there and lie to us for so long earlier?
Because I thought that I had a chance. I thought I had a 50-50 chance of getting out of this.
You knew. When we sat here and told you that, we know more than we think or you think we do, and when that other man comes in here and says you're caught, he says you're caught, you're caught.
Like I said, I'm naturally stubborn.
Yeah.
Okay. If my brain tells me for a second that I've got a 50% chance of making it, sometimes I don't play the odds smartly.
I'm just trying to get to know you.
I know. I know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
I think you're a decent fellow. Just made some wrong decisions.
I hope you're right. I really do.
Well, if I'm wrong, then you'd be sitting here telling me that all the stuff that you did.
No, I'd probably still be fighting tooth and nail tonight.
We'd be out there having to work for it.
Actually, if I was evil at heart, I'd probably have shot the sheriff today the moment that he even pulled up and asked me for my license and made a run for it. That's the thing. I try to be reasonable. I try to be polite to people. I try to be professional. I try to be compassionate to people. And then, and I had one rule my entire life, and that was that I would never kill somebody. Okay? And I always said, if I gotta shoot someone, I'm gonna shoot him in the kneecap, something like that, whatever, defend myself. And then this happens.
All right. Well, I'm gonna step out for a minute.
Yeah.
You need anything?
I could use some water.
Some water?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. All right.
Where's the keys to the Fletcher house?
The safe house.
Should be.
No, we don't have to bust it.
Yeah. There's somewhere in all the stuff that I had in that car, there's a ring with 4 all-metal keys. They're all identical. The deadbolt and doorknob lock set match.
Okay, so it was in the car?
Yeah, somewhere, maybe in the tan backpack or something like that. It's somewhere in there. There's that. There's a set of keys that's a bunch of different keys. Those are my keys for to my house and stuff like that.
So what exactly are we going to find in your safe house that belongs to these folks?
A bunch of clothes, odds and ends, stuff like that. That was in the trunk of the car. Just pulled it out there and threw it in.
Okay. Be right back with you, okay?
Yeah.
You need anything?
I'll be all right.
Yeah, let's put that damn door over here. Damn, man, you ain't got it hot in here.
Yeah, it
Pour love. You need anything? Water? Anything? You sure?
just have some water. I'll be all right.
Okay. Well, a couple more things. The ledger that's in the dash.
Yep.
That's yours.
That is generally my ledger for everything I ever want to write down that I don't really want to put on the internet for good reason, basically. You'll find sketches in that. Those are sniping maps for different areas in case I ever wanted to defend those areas for any reason.
What areas do they represent?
places in the woods where I was thinking about setting up safe houses and whatnot. Basically, stuff like that. You'll find people's contact info. Most of the people that's in there are either tied to militia groups or are just people that I know and stuff.
Are they a threat to the government or anybody? Or?
Actually, all of them are just regular people.
Oh, okay.
Stuff I wrote down that I didn't want to lose information or whatnot. And then you've got, there's that printout stuff in the front of the book. That satellite image is actually for a tactical workup of that property in case I wanted to do a wet extraction.
What property?
Replacing the neighbor's place. So if you do a wet extraction, park on the next road over. Dress in all black, mask your face out, wear gloves, take 2 suppressed pistols. And take a pack so that you can put the pistols into it when you're done, so that way you don't have to carry them around openly afterward. Walk over. First thing you do, look at how many cars are there. There's supposed to be 2 cars and 1 truck if everyone's home, because that's going to account for the parents and the older brother. So that tells you how many actual threats there are, actual targets there are, basically. You go in, and plan A is always try to see if the door is unlocked first. If it is, just be quiet about opening it, closing it behind you. Go in, one at a time. You want 1 round in each head. You don't want any more than that because it gets too messy. And then when that's done, that's when the extraction happens. That's when I was going to get her out of there. Now, if the door was locked, the plan is basically knock on the door, duck to the side the moment someone opens it. Bad idea, whichever way you slice it. It's what a desperate mind works up when he can't think of anything else because his conscience is weighing him down. And you get to a point where you start, or at least I did, where, and I think anybody would in that situation, where you start debating inside your head, well, I took out 2 people, can I take out 3 more? You know, can I handle the bearing on my conscience, you know? The thing is, it does make a difference. There will be people, professional assassins, whatever. I've read books written by stuff written by mafia assassins, things like that. There will be ones who tell you that once you've done your first kill, after that it doesn't matter. Talk to any military veteran, they'll remember every face of everyone they ever had to kill. Even though they were ordered to, they still deal with that.
Well, obviously, I mean, you thought about it, you planned it. Why didn't you carry it out? Yeah. What? Did your conscience get you?
I was going to.
Were you going to go back?
I was going to be tonight. Wasn't going to say anything to anyone before doing it because I really didn't want. Really didn't want the tactical exposure of it. And I guess the biggest thing that really stopped me and that made, because the thing is, if I was going to do that, I would have gone ahead and shot the sheriff the moment he requested my license. But the biggest thing that made me stop was really the fact that I already had 2 people on my conscience and I didn't need more. There's only so much the human mind can take before it snaps to a point where it stops caring. And I didn't want to push myself to that point. I didn't want to become a heartless monster. I still wanted to be able to feel the guilt of what I had done. And the thing is, if you keep going, anyone who's gone that far, any serial killer, you study them and you find out they end up becoming heartless. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be an assassin. I could be a mercenary, but never an assassin.
Well, in your ledger, you had your checklist of painting the car, retagging it, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I never got around to painting it.
Well, were you planning on keeping that car?
I was planning to use it for a few more missions if I needed it for any reason. Just kind of keep it tucked away somewhere, or take it out if I needed it. And then after a few missions,
What kind of missions? Where's these missions going to come from?
I don't know. I really didn't have anything in mind. Just any time that I would need transportation that couldn't be traced back to me personally. That was the idea. I mean, and the thing I had in mind was, I already shot 2 people for the car, and I said to myself, I kept debating, well, should I make it worth it and use the car, which is still not worth it, or should I just go ahead and get rid of it? I was still debating that to that very moment, and the sheriff showed up.
I'm glad he did, because it cost, he saved some lives tonight.
Yeah, he did. He saved the lives of 3 people who have a chance to change the way they live, instead of having to die for the way they live.
You're right.
I don't like a man who beats a girl. That's one of the biggest things that gets on me. But he's still got a chance to change. And he has the right to that chance to change. No one has the right to take a life from him unless he took a life from someone else. The mother may have a terrible attitude, may cover for the stepdad when he does stuff. She's got a right to a chance to change. The elder brother was just going to be collateral damage.
Just because he was there.
Yeah, because he's there and he's a potential physical threat. I could never reconcile that with my conscience.
Well, obviously we got your hardware that you was going to use tonight. Where's your clothes you was going to wear tonight?
No, I wasn't planning on changing clothes.
Well, you said dressed in all black and...
Oh, the rain suit was there. That's black.
Oh, okay.
And it's waterproof. And the thing about waterproof is if any blood got on it, hose it down. That was the idea.
When you pulled up to the Love's, the truck stop and whatnot, where did you pull that? Did you pull to the side? Did you go right to the building? Gas pump?
First place I pulled was right to the building because I went to the bathroom and I got myself some snacks and drinks and stuff. And the next thing that I did was I pulled over to the gas pump and filled up on gas.
Is that before you cleaned the car?
That was after I had you mean as far as the blood? No, I cleaned the car at the gas pump. That's when I cut out the seat belts and stuff too.
Okay.
Threw them right in the trash can there.
Which gas pump was it? You remember? Not like the number, but if you're 2 or 3 of them.
I'm trying to think. If you're on, let's say you're heading down I-85. You're approaching Love's, which is on the left side. Actually, technically it's off the way, but anyway, if you're on the road approaching Love's, go to the left side, closest pump to the building. I don't know what number that is.
Okay.
That's what happened.
All right. Well, we'll take you back downstairs. You got any questions or anything from us?
Now I'm just going to need some food and drink.
Oh, yeah. Tell me what time clothes.
Huh?
Clothes.
Yeah. We're going to get you a jumpsuit up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Farrell tells the detective near the end, an idle mind starts turning things over that it shouldn't. He's right. But it's more than that. An isolated mind with no community accountability, no real-world relationships to stress-test its ideas, and an elaborate internal identity built on tactical and philosophical superiority, that's not just an idle mind. That's a pressure cooker with no release valve. And on Christmas Eve it went off.